Welcome to a Sunday in lower downtown Denver. Time for a little hardball. Rockies and Diamondbacks playing Game 3. And it's the rubber game of this set final matchup this year between Colorado and Arizona. Real big crowd expected. Ronnie Dunn performing afterwards. Just performed a very nice rendition of the national anthem. Welcome upstairs, everybody, with George Frazier. I'm Drew Goodman. Pitching matchup today, Patrick Corbin, the left-hander for Arizona, who's really had a terrific year, will be on the hill. And for the Rockies, Juan Nicasio. Now, both guys, George, trying to bounce back after subpar performances.
Yeah, very subpar for both of these guys. Even though Corbin 14 wins, he's a guy that can come out and do some damage. Their lower earned run average, and it skyrocketed after his last outing against the Dodgers. And, of course, same with Juan Nicasio. And what happened in the Cardinals start, they both like to rebound out of that. Nicasio against the Cardinals, a little bit of everybody got after him in 2+ innings. Matt Holliday scored 8 runs who run against him, made earned runs. He walked 3, gave up the long ball in 72 pitches. So very uncharacteristic of what he's done. And then, of course, on the flip side of that, Corbin wasn't much better. Juan Uribe got him early in the ball game in Arizona. He ended up 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 2 innings for him, and a walk and a strikeout. Kirk Gibson got him out of the ball game before further damage. This young man's had a great year for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And the whole thing is finished strong. 1 week to go in the season. Juan Nicasio, Patrick Corbin looking to do exactly that. Speaking of finishing strong, that's what Michael Kadire is aiming for. He's back in the lineup today. More on Cuddy when we return. That is a nice piece of art. I don't know if I've ever seen that brought to the ballpark before. We see all kinds of banners. Todd sees it, gives a big thumbs up. And now everybody wants to come by. Could be an auction before the end of the ball game. You never know. Welcome back. Well, Todd Helton again in the lineup every day, Todd. And Michael Kadire, who's normally everyday Michael Kadire, had to miss the last couple of ball games. He beat himself up, George, making that diving catch, little forearm, little elbow. He's back in there today, and he's leading the National League again in hitting.
Well, good. I hope Johnson goes 0 for 20 today. I'd love to see this young man go out and get it because he's played so well at 331. You see Chris Johnson at 330. What all the East Coast geniuses want to say about Coors Field, he's hit 318 on the road. He's hit 347 at Coors Field, so they can say what they want to about it. This Kadire's played great home and road. Wednesday, when he went after this long catch, he came a huge run, braced himself, wrist, forearm, a little bit of everything else. A big man running and made a great catch into the outfield. Took a couple of days off. He's ready to go and swing in the bat.
He's a tough guy, and he was hurting when he popped up because I said to him, "You popped up, you look fine." He goes, "I was hurting. I don't want anybody to know though." And he ran off the field.
Show it. Yeah,
no,
not going to show it.
He's not going to show it, but he's ready to go again. As he said to me earlier, good enough. He'll be in the lineup with Helton. Rockies at Diamondbacks. Come on back to Coors Field with us. Sports is brought to you by your 7 neighborhood Toyota stores. Toyota, let's go places. By Frostproof Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. By Wells Fargo, get a 2-for-1 annual ski pass good at Winter Park in Copper Mountain just by opening a new Wells Fargo checking package. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC. And by Southwest Airlines, find our fares online only at southwest.com. Final Sunday at Coors Field in the 2013 campaign. Next weekend, the Rockies will conclude in Los Angeles with 3 against the Dodgers. Juan Nicasio making his way through the dugout. And in a moment, he'll pop the hat on, the glove, and run out to the mound. The Rockies trying to win the series against the Diamondbacks. They lost last night 7-2. They were out hit 14-9, and Juan Nicasio is going to face a hot-hitting Arizona club over their last 10 ball games. They're averaging almost 6 runs an outing. Take a look at Kirk Gibson's lineup. Adam Eaton once again will be atop the lineup. They're taking a good long look at Eaton. They want him to be a big part of their future. A.J. Pollock, who hit a 2-run home run 2 nights ago, will be in center field batting second. Paul Goldschmidt naturally batting third. Aaron Hill will slide to the cleanup spot. First action for Miguel Montero in this series. Matt Davidson hit a 3-run home run yesterday. Both of his home runs in his career, young as it may be, have come against the Rockies. Gerardo Parra, Chris Owings at short, and the left-hander Patrick Corbin. And here's a closer look at some of the numbers on Juan Nicasio.
8-8 on the year. The innings pitched about where you thought they'd be because he went down to AAA for about 3 weeks. So they take away those starts. Innings dropped down a little. Otherwise, probably in the 165 range. Nicasio has struggled a little bit in his last couple of starts. 0-2 with an 8 ERA, and against the Diamondbacks, though, he's done a nice job. They're hitting just 194 versus Nicasio on the year. Fastball slider change from Nicasio. Their lineup is pretty loaded with the Rocky killer Miguel Montero.
And Nicasio and the Rockies will have tomorrow off, and then the Red Sox come in. And if you don't have your tickets already, you better get them quickly, because both games are very close to being sold out as we speak. Final game on Wednesday will be Todd Helton's swan song at Coors Field. It's his bobblehead day. They've increased the number of bobbleheads to 35,000 for the folks coming in. First come, first serve. Here's a look at the Rockies defense. It's brought to you by Excel Energy. We bring you the energy you need so you can live the life you want. Visit responsiblebynature.com to learn more. Rockies all year have played good defense. Culberson, Blackmon, Kadire the outfield. Arenado's in there with the sore thumb. Tulowitzki back in there. LeMahieu and Helton. Torrealba doing the catching. Jordan Pacheco caught the last 2 games. Nolan Arenado had yesterday off, and Tulowitzki as well had yesterday off. So the first pitch of the ball game is a little south of the knees. Ball 1 on Adam Eaton.
Not a lot of low strikes called throughout this entire series so far. Been a lot of higher strikes called. You've worked into a lot of hitters counts late on that fastball.
1 ball and 1 strike. Adam Eaton 2 for 10 in the series. Not a big guy. 5'8", 185 pounds.
Yeah, but the bat's 6'6", 240 pounds, and the wheels are the same way.
Yeah, that's one of the things you got to love about the game of baseball. It does not discriminate. You can play, no matter what size package it's in. Look at Jose Altuve and Amarista with the San Diego Padres. 2-2. Yeah, it was a rough ride against the Cardinals for Nicasio. Just 2 2/3, 8 runs, 8 hits. Everything was center cut and up. That's strike 3. Oh my goodness, Eaton was walking off. Where was that pitch? Adam Eaton's going to the dugout. He's done. I know it's strike 3.
I can't believe Toby Bashner did not ring this. It is out of the zone, but because of where Torrealba was setting, he thought it was strike 3. Yeah, that caught enough of it. You got to ring him up.
That's unbelievable.
Somebody got to give a wake-up call. Torrealba's doing a little bit of that right now.
How long you want to be here? That's what Jorbeat said. You kidding me? Make a pitch like that. Today's injury report brought to you by Connect for Health Colorado. Willeen Rosario's got a strained calf, and back of the leg injuries are difficult to deal with. He was working out with Doogie before the game. Put together a terrific sophomore season. 292 average, 21 and 79. He remains day to day. A.J. Pollock hitting .413 against the Rockies this year in 13 ball games. He takes a strike. Quickly 0-2. Pollock, a 25-year-old product at Notre Dame. They're turning out more and more baseball players, George.
Well, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 come out of there. A lot of kids go for the education, a lot like Stanford, and then you start to get a little bit better baseball. I think you're playing against better teams as an independent. Tough to fill up your schedule. You know, now all of a sudden you're a member of a conference. You get a little more prominent looks than what you have in the past.
So 1-2, and that's on the ground to second. DJ's got it, and Pollock's retired. Nothing better for an infielder to get involved early in a game. That's been the situation for DJ LeMahieu. A reminder that we'll do Toyota Talk, as we always do in the 5th inning. We'll answer your questions. Text Toyota followed by a question to 720-720. Paul Goldschmidt is at 4 home runs, driven in 17 this year against the Rockies. It has been a breakout year for Goldschmidt. Some guys are called up and they expect you to be a star, and then there are other guys there are question marks about. It's an easy play for Arenado. No more questions about Paul Goldschmidt. He's not a platoon guy, he's an everyday guy. He's become a superstar. Good start for Nicasio. Not the hottest Rocky. Charlie Blackmon, 7-game hitting streak, and it's not just a hit a night, it's usually 2 or 3, maybe 4. Charlie has been cooking. 500 batting average over 7 games. He's got a multi-hit game in 9 of his last 12, hitting .426 if you stretch it out to that dozen. And he'll be leading things off again tonight. Here's the rest of the Southwest batting order for Walt Weiss. DJ LeMahieu, so comfortable in that 2 spot. He's batting .283. Then Tulowitzki at .315. Cuddy leading the league at .331. Charlie Culberson's really come on offensively. He's had a nice series. Todd Helton will bat 6. Nolan Arenado, Yorvi Torrealba, and Juan Nicasio to face Patrick Corbin. Speaking of guys who had a breakout year, George, that's been the case for this North Syracuse native.
3-0 against the Rockies this year with really good numbers against them. 152 earned run average overall, very good. Last year 107 innings pitched. This year 199. He's probably starting to feel the effects a little bit of that extra inning of work. Charlie's formed to bat well against lefties. For Corbin, a big arm. It's a good arm. 92-mile-an-hour average fastball, slider, changeup. The slider can be devastating against left-handed bats. But, you know, I kind of agree with the new wave of things. It all kind of started with Tim Lincecum. And hey, why waste the bullets in Modesto or other sets? Hey, Charlie going to give him a hit back up the middle on a slider at 81.
Amazing. And you know what? Charlie has a real level head about this. I think anytime you've played this game for a while, and if you get to the big leagues, you've played it for a while, you understand that you hopefully have some hot spots, but you know there's going to be some cold stretches. So he said, I feel great at the plate. He said, but I also know that you don't keep doing this for 150 games.
You don't get soft base hits like that. They'll start finding people. They'll start going to people. Right now, a lot of slow ground balls up the middle for base hits for Charlie. Corbin, pretty good move at first base.
Guy at the plate's been pretty good also lately. He's hit 19 of 20. Hit a 14-game hitting streak in there also.
Kind of finish out what talking about the innings and mounting the innings up. I mean, some people are critical of Matt Harvey, what they did with him in New York right now. And you know what? Get them up and get the bullets shot up here if they're that good to to stay and dominate. They've done that with Corbin this year.
Corbin fields his position, and it's dropped. Did he pick it up in time? Yes. Chris Owings dropped the baseball, and that saves at least one out because it should have been an easy double play. Pitchers typically don't make good feeds on comebackers. That one wasn't awful, George. It should have been handled.
Well, yeah, I mean, you feel the baseball. He got well balanced there, but that ball's got to be handled. That's right in the middle of the thighs. I mean, pitchers work on this over and over and over again. You see it on the Mike Shaw Subaru. He does get the foot on the bag. We throw it over the top of the bag. If he's not there, shame on him. That's their job, to be there. And anytime you start to hesitate as a pitcher, that's when you get the bad throws. With pitchers, normally, as much as you practice this, they will make that throw.
So Tulowitzki hitting .432 against Arizona this year. That's been a change because, for whatever reason, historically, he had not swung the bat well against the Diamondbacks. One ball, one strike. Here's an amazing stat about Patrick Corbin, and more important than his individual numbers of 14 and 7 with a .317. He's made 30 starts. When he toes the rubber, the Arizona Diamondbacks are 22 and 8.
Keep your team in a game. Win a baseball game. That's what you're about. The Rockies, when Nicasio
pitches, got it picked off.
Yeah, better get rid of it in a hurry.
DJ's out. That's a caught stealing.
7th time he's been caught. 17 stolen bases. Trying to make the move. He's trying to read it. As he picked the leg up, he took off, and then just a snap throw. A lot of left-handers will continue a slow motion to the bag at first. That buys more time for a runner. Corbin just picked the foot up, put it down, and fired to first base. You got a great move as a left-hander. Boy, you can shorten innings up like a right-hander with a good double play ball. Don't know why more and more of them don't work on it.
1-2 on Tulowitzki. Troy hitting .314 against lefties, .318 against righties. That's pretty good balance. Who else had a similar balance like that? We haven't seen him, unfortunately, in a while, other than a few spots defensively. Cargo this year, .310 against lefties, .297 against righties. Miguel Montero hoping for a play and lands on top of the Rockies dugout. Now Miguel will chat up some of his friends in the Rockies dugout. Diamondbacks defensively brought to you by Excel Energy. Make the choices that fit your life. Excel will provide you the energy to power it. Visit responsiblebynature.com to learn more. Pollock with Eaton and Parra with them in the outfield. Davidson a rookie, Owings a rookie, Aaron Hill a veteran, Goldschmidt now has got some seasoning behind him, Miguel Montero a veteran. That's Montero pitching. I don't know if Miguel pitches or not, and I have not seen a lefty catcher in a while, so I'm doubting Corbin's going to go back there. We're just seeing if you're paying attention. This one's fouled in our direction, George, but unless you have really long arms,
and
we can't make that play.
No,
you have long arms, not that long.
Those plays ended in 1987. I'll let you handle them all.
You haven't done PFPs every Sunday just to stay, just in case? No?
I've hit them, but I haven't caught them.
That'll wake you up in the night in a cold sweat if somebody yells PFPs, right?
Yeah, I just picture back to my rookie year in Milwaukee and Frank Howard hitting him with one hand. That's all I needed to experience to know that I didn't like it.
3-2 on Troy. Tulo's got a couple of home runs on this homestand. It began with a 4-game set against the Cardinals, in which the Rockies 1-2 and St. Louis 1-2. Ball 4. Troy tosses back and hits first. That'll bring up Michael Kadire. Who wants tacos? Remember, if the Rockies score 7 or more, as they did Friday night, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day. Do it between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special.
Now, people just don't realize what Michael Kadire has done, not just here at Coors Field, but on the road at 318 average. 318. Since August the 30th. It's a while back, folks. Kadire has hit 393, Blackman 375, Carpenter with St. Louis 370, Holiday 361, and Pence 354. The Cardinals play later today. Cincinnati 9-3 right now over Pittsburgh in the 8th inning. They put 7 on the board in the first 2.
Kind of takes the wind out of your sails, doesn't it?
Yeah, they had Locke on the mound, who had been a very good starter for Pittsburgh. And Bronson Arroyo, the old vet, going for the Cincinnati Red Ball Club.
1-2. Cuddy told us earlier, clubhouse, that feels better, but he won't ever say this, but you know he's not 100%, not anywhere close to it. He said good enough.
Cleveland beats Houston again 9-2. And went around on a high fastball. He did.
No scores. We go to the 2nd inning. Superfood you can add to any dish that's healthy and delicious. Mark Stout, what tidbits of knowledge have you brought to the yard today?
I was pretty happy to come to the yard today. I mean, you know, final Sunday game at home, Todd Helton, all that.
And you had a full
And
stomach.
we had a great breakfast today, too, with the Ultimate Fan winners. And I was also excited because today's the day that Walt Weiss had his first at-bat in the big leagues in 1987. I asked him if he remembered it. Here's what he said.
I don't. No, I don't.
That's against the. It was against the. Yeah, I know. You were playing.
Sorry to kill your story.
So Reggie Ritter.
Nothing.
I think you're making this up.
So I get busted for that because he doesn't remember that. He did ground out in that game, and then he played a bunch of games for the A's. George, do you remember the last batter you faced in the regular season in '87?
No, I don't remember regular season. I think the last was Tommy Herr in the World Series Game 4 in '87.
Right, you faced the Cardinals.
Right.
In the regular season, I know the last 2 guys you faced, they were Royals, Bo Jackson and Willie Wilson.
They both go deep?
No, you had a clean inning.
Really?
Yep.
Must have cheated.
That's right.
Must have cheated.
Clean inning, Bo Jackson and Willie Wilson.
They felt sorry for the old guy.
But yeah, Walt didn't remember.
You know what? I can tell you this much.
Well,
George,
wait a minute. Since he didn't remember, Mark, since he did not remember, tell him he was facing me and he punched out on 3 fastballs at 98 miles an hour. Okay, just do it that way.
Next time I'll tell him that.
All right. Hey, thanks for going to breakfast this morning. Had a great time out there at Sam's. So I don't know how many we had. 20 people, I guess. Yeah,
we had the winners from San Diego, Utah, New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming. Cowboy was there with the Wyoming people, of course.
And Jenny won the biggest food prize. She couldn't eat it.
It was ambitious, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
She ate about a quarter and said, "Next." Anybody else want any of this?
It was a large plate.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah. The plate weighed 18 pounds. I'll just put it that way. Mark, thanks.
2-2, soft line drive. Tulowitzki cannot get it. Aaron Hill has a base hit. Well, Weiss 87 and 88. 87, he got a handful of bats. Should have retired right there, huh? 462 average. No, he had a great career after that. Rookie of the year in 1988.
He had hair too.
It's a pretty good story. Tony La Russa, in his final game of the year, he made an out in his first at bat, and it dropped him down at 250. And he said, "You're done." And he said, "Why?" He said, "Because you have an outstanding chance to win Rookie of the Year, and just in case you slip beneath 250, 248 or 249 just looks different than 250.
Who else was rookies in 87, Dougie? Was McGuire a rookie in 87? Did he come up at the end of 86?
I think he was 86, George, but Dougie's going to let us know officially.
Give me a look at it.
Good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Miguel Montero. I remember this much, George, about your career. First guy you faced, Sammy Mejia, struck him out with a slider.
That's right. Good memory. 3-2 sliders. See ya. I kind of stood there kind of the way Eaton looked a minute ago on that fastball. Really?
Did you get Tommy Herr out?
Really?
In the World Series?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what you threw?
Fastball away with some added substance. You asked. Now, big sinker right there running away from Nicasio. Already got to get back on line a little bit. If his front shoulder fades out, it has a tendency to let the elbow drop and it trails, and then you run away from your arm.
Safe Light Auto Glass, the folks to see if you have auto glass issues. 303-287-5000 online at safelight.com. Montero kind of with the part of Waugh swing.
See, I was sitting there trying to think. So you're talking about Walton Rookie of the Year type deal. McGuire was Rookie of the Year in '87. Walton '88. It's kind of like the Dodgers. Remember the Dodgers had that string of about 7 or 8. Well, when Weiss won it, Brian Harvey was second. Former pitching coach in the Rocky organization, closer. And then Jody Reed, Dan August. How about that name? Melito Perez, Mike Schooler, and Cecil Espy. In that order. Espy got 1 vote. Walt got 103. The next closest 49.
Dodgers, what did they have, Doug? 5 in a row, was it? That was where Hollinsworth was in there.
Well, they started with Sutcliffe, then it went to Valenzuela. And then there's a few after that, too.
Steve Sachs won it.
Yep, first base coach of the Diamondbacks.
Mondesi a Rookie of the Year?
Might have been. Yeah, good player. His son's playing now.
Is that right? He's not in the big leagues yet.
No.
3-2, and that misses. And now Nicasio has a little problem. 2 on Matt Davidson, who had a 3-run home run yesterday, coming to the plate. Jim Wright had to do a lot of this yesterday.
He told me when it's a faster sprint, I'm not very happy. And I'll have a few things to say and then head on back to the dugout.
Yeah, Jimmy will get your attention. First of all, Jim is a big man, and had injuries not derailed his career like so many, who knows what could have been.
Hey, Drew talked about it a little bit ago, but Todd Helton on Wednesday night, they're going to give away this bobblehead, the Todd Helton bobblehead. You have a habit of breaking these, so I'm going to hold your hand down. No, leave it alone. Anyway, it's going to happen, but they started out 20,000. Now it's 35,000 bobbleheads given away. Buy a ticket, get here, get your Todd Helton bobblehead. It'll be against the Red Sox on Wednesday. So 303 Rockies, Rockies.com/bobble. Get Todd's last one.
So they went with the go-to.
No, you can't touch it. Well, yeah. Why wouldn't you? The only difference is it doesn't have a lot of gray in it.
No. Nor should he. He's a young man. He's 40.
And a good friend will be in town to watch that ball game on Wednesday night. Brad Hopp will be back in town. A good friend and teammate of Todd's.
Yeah, I had not thought about that. I wonder if some of the ex-mates will make it in. I know it was special for Matt Holliday to be here on Monday at the press conference. Matt was one of the first guys to sit down. Davidson fouls this one off. So 0-2. Here is the string of them, George. All right, not to say those other guys weren't. Sutcliffe was a Rookie of the Year sacks, but in 92 through 96, it went Eric Karros, who had a good career, Mike Piazza, who should be a Hall of Famer, Raul Mondesi, he did win it. He won it 94. Hideo Nomo, a couple no-hitters, one here.
And Hollingsworth.
And then Todd Hollingsworth, who ended up playing for the Rockies.
Well, they've had a lot of Rookies of the Years because Sutcliffe had won it, I think, 79, and then Valenzuela on 81. Okay, Doug, that bears the question. Oh, yeah, Steve Howell won it in 80. Sutcliffe, 79. Howell, 80. 81. Fernando, 82 sacks. Most Rookie of the Years by any organization in baseball. Dodgers.
Got to be Dodgers, right?
You just say that so confidently without even looking it up.
Strikeout of Davidson. That's the first punch out for Nicasio's 112th of the year.
Elevated fastball, but it didn't get elevated. That was kind of strange. I mean, Torrealba was actually asking for the ball up. Standing up like Yogi Berra in 1921, and he dives down to catch the slider on a Mike Shaw Subaru Superbowl. Either way, it's an out. Now get you one on the ground and get in the dugout.
Yeah, Gerardo Parra coming off a big ball game last night, 3 for 4, including a pair of doubles. 4 for 8 in the series for Parra.
By the way, that Todd Helton bobblehead night, it's all brought to you by King Soopers.
And this may be a double also. 1 run is scored. Stopping at third base is Montero. And Gerardo Parra continues to wear out the Rockies in this series. 1-0 Arizona. As Parra has driven in his 46th. And for Parra, that's his 41st double.
Yeah, got after a fastball up and away from him. Another guy that really uses all the field. Parra in this series, Drew talked about it, 4 for 8, a couple of runs. He's walked in it. Very good. 5 for 9 now, excuse me. Add on today's work.
Strike called on Chris Owings. Owings started and played second base yesterday. He's at shortstop today. Or, yes, that's the position. I was confusing myself. That's the position he played most of in the minor leagues. On the corner, 0-2. Toby Basner again, the home plate umpire. Chad Fairchild's at first. Paul Schreiber at second. Jeff Kellogg, the crew chief, is at third. Slider. Torrealba saying he caught it, and Basner saying it hit the dirt. So
I tell you what, won't be wrong. the Mike Shaw Subaru Superbug.
Foul tip, hit the dirt.
Well, they hit the dirt. You cannot hide from Mike Shaw Subaru Superbug. I'm telling you.
That's a good call by Basner. Runners at second and third with one out, infield halfway. And the reason they're halfway and not all the way in is you have Montero, a catcher, running at third. Now, if Parra, who's at second, was at third, they'd be in another 3 strides. Ground ball to third, and that's foul. Attention college students, faculty, and staff. Get a 2-for-1 annual ski pass good at Winter Park and Copper Mountain just by opening a Wells Fargo checking package. See details at wellsfargo.com/ski pass. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC. 1-2 on Owings, and this ball is hit well to left center field. This one's going to land and run toward the wall. 2 runs will score. Owings with his second career double. His first double was last night. And Arizona picking up where they left off yesterday. They have 3 here in the second. Last night, they were able to produce 7 runs, and they had a 4-run third after scoring in the first and second innings.
You see Toriyama, watch him extend back out over the plate. He wanted that ball on the hands of Owings. He didn't want that ball out away from him where he could extend. He extended enough that it jogged out. You can see that Nicasio, he's going to just can't believe the pitch. He's going to look into Toriyama to say, where was that? A lot of pitchers will do that because you have a tendency to blink at the end of your delivery and you don't really see where the location was. So you look back and sometimes they'll tell you bad pitch, good pitch. Ball was up a little bit. Ball wasn't too much out over the plate as a breaking ball.
Two outs.
Well, we were talking about this, Dougie was so emphatic about the fact the Dodgers had the most rookie of the years. They've had 17. Oh, that's a bunch since 1947. What year did they start the award, Doug? 1947. Who was the first winner? Oh, so they Jackie Robinson. Do you see where they retired? Mariano Rivera's number 42 in Yankee Stadium.
The last person, as Mariano wrote in the bullpen at Fenway, the last person to ever wear number 42. Of course, he was grandfathered in. Two and 0. There's a bunt by Eaton, and the only play is to flip to the plate. Toriyama wasn't looking. There was a turn made. Throw to Helton's going to get him out at first base. Eaton made the turn, and Helton checked it on a pretty good collision at first base. The run does score. It's 4-0 as Adam Eaton gets a bunt base hit to drive in Chris Owings. Game today. Stick around for Rockies Weekly. And this week, naturally, we're talking all about number 17. Don't miss Rockies Weekly today after the game. Charlie Culberson takes a strike on the inside corner. I think you'll see some sides of Todd Helton in that program perhaps you have not seen before. Charlie hits a little pop-up behind Aaron Hill, drops steps and makes a nice play. 1 out. And here comes Todd. Todd's 0 for 3 against Corbin in his matchups. Corbin's 3-0 with a 152 against the Rockies this year, his 4th start. And in 2 of those 3 starts, Todd did not play. He struck out twice against him, and he's behind 0-2. Todd just 3 for 28 overall against the Diamondbacks this year. 307 though in his career in 228 games. He's played more games against Arizona than anybody. Todd sits on this one and drives it to deep left field and near the stands. Look out. Adam Eaton went in hard. Does he have the baseball? No, he doesn't have the baseball, and he may not have any wind in his
sail right now.
Yeah. That hit his hip really hard.
Yeah, that's the kind of injury there. You talk about getting the hip pointers like you do in football. They really affect a lot going on. Mike Shaw, Subaru Super Bowl, he almost caught it. I'll tell you that. He just missed it barely. Got to really appreciate that type of play and hustle. Kirk Gibson, his manager.
Tried to get him to chase high. Todd stayed off it. It's 1-2. Today's fun fact brought to you by All Copy Products. Helton with 35 lifetime home runs against Arizona. Won't get one here. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Corbin.
Highest batting average.
The Dodgers.
Highest batting average against Montreal, Washington. Run totals down a little bit, but of course they should be against the East Coast teams. He didn't play them as much.
Sharply hit, a base hit for Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado. I was going to call him Nolanado.
Well, you could. Maybe it'd be a new nickname. Make some jerseys up, do the whole thing. What do you think?
Okay.
All right, go.
125 hits this year, most among rookies in the big leagues.
In 128 games played. That's what's impressive to me.
Torrealba bounces it to third. Davidson will go across the diamond. Rockies are done in the 2nd inning. Arizona, as we go to the 3rd, has a 4-0 lead. Today's Save of the Week brought to you by the Regions Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your local consumer-owned electric cooperative, delivering reliable power, energy-saving tools, and more. Visit togetherwesave.com. This was the 15th inning walk-off triple for Corey Dickerson on Thursday. That's our Save of the Week. Rockies earned a split with the St. Louis Cardinals. Now we go to the third inning. Arizona got 4 last inning. A.J. Pollock grounded to second. In inning number 1, he takes high from Juan Nicasio.
Just get you a clean inning. First inning, a little bit of traffic, worked his way through it. There's 3 up, 3 down, but some balls hit hard. And then second inning traffic. Let's make this third inning quick and efficient. Behind 2-0.
Two-one. Now is well located on the outside corner. 2-2. Here's the 2-2, and that's fouled off. And with guys with good arms, George, there's always the question, are they better suited for the pen or are they a starter? Starters are harder to come by.
Well, the mentality of a bullpen guy is really hard to come by if they can handle it, depending on where you're pitching them in a bullpen in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. That mentality is hard to just say, okay, you're going to go do it at the big league level. I am a firm believer. I mean, Craig Kimbrell, when he came up with the Atlanta Braves, he was a closer in Rome, Georgia. You make what you want them to be, do it early. I mean, and I think, again, you're talking about pressure. You're talking about a 1-inning look. You say, oh, it'll look better for 1 inning. I mean, there's 2 sides to a coin there. I mean, you and I have had this discussion a lot. Do you want a guy that can affect 30 to 35 games a year? Or do you want a guy that's going to affect 50 games a year? Personally, I'd like to see the guy that shut the innings down for 50 times a year. You know, if he pitches in, say, 65 ball games, that he's going to really make a difference for your team to win 50 games. That's huge for me.
Yeah, I understand that. And you cannot have a championship caliber team without having a championship caliber bullpen.
This day and age game, in this age of the game, yeah, you have to have 6th inning on in your bullpen. If you don't have it, you're not going to win. It is plain and simple. You're not going to do it.
Well, because the requirements for starters are they go, yeah, I mean, you go 6 innings, maybe work into the 7th. They're really pleased with you if you give up just 2 or 3 runs.
Well, there's not many Adam Wainwrights out there anymore. Clayton Kershaws. They're hard to find. Guys at 230, 240 innings year in, year out.
And to your point, that puts an emphasis on a requirement on having a lights-out bullpen if you want to contend for division titles, etc. However, you have to still have the horses that get you to the 6th, 7th inning with a lead.
All you're asking for out of your 5th starter, give me 10 or 12 wins. That's all you're asking. You ask that 4th starter to give me 11 to 13 wins. 1, 2, and 3 needs to take care of business. And the Red Sox are coming to town. If you didn't know, I thought I'd remind you on this telecast today. They will be here Tuesday and Wednesday. And you have bobblehead day with Todd Helton on Wednesday night. 35,000 of those are going to get there. So make sure you go out and get those tickets to that series with the Boston Red Sox, who have clinched the American League East.
Down the line, fair ball. Goldschmidt with extra bases. Heading to third is Pollock. He's going to get a green light from Matt Williams. He'll score easily. Culberson had to fetch the ball out of the corner. It's a run-scoring double for Goldschmidt. He's got 123 RBIs. And it's a 5-0 Arizona lead. And unfortunately, George, this is kind of resembling Juan's outing against St. Louis 5 days ago.
And last night of McHugh's outing, where he gave up a lot of runs early in the ball game. McHugh 6 and 5 innings last night. You're sitting in the third inning, nobody out, 5-0 ball game. Unfortunately, you're going to have to bite the bullet a little bit today for Nicasio and try to work through some innings. That 15-inning game wasn't that long ago. Runs batted in the National League leader. There he is, by 20. That game in Cincinnati's a final, or excuse me, in Pittsburgh's a final, 11-3 Cincinnati. And the Cincinnati Bengals, to the delight of Doug Marino, won today against the Green Bay Packers, 34-30.
That was a wild game. They went up 14-0, and then there was 30 unanswered points by the Pack, and then 20 unanswered points by the Bengals to ultimately win the game. Look what Dougie's sporting today. Let me explain something. Doug, I'll hold these for you, all right? Can we get a booth shot for a second? These are Doug's glasses he wore today, folks. They're
Bengal glasses.
They're Bengal glasses, right? No problem with that. He's a Bengals fan. He lived in Cincinnati for a while, went to the University of Dayton. Well, they'll have him, or had him. He was there for 6-7 years. The point is that Doug lost his entire work bag yesterday, computer, everything.
Come here, Doug. Come here.
But he did not lose his Bengals sunglasses.
Hold on, bend down, Doug. I want him to see you. Mr. Cab Driver, you see this young man? If you have his bag, take it back to his house, please. All right, you're done, Doug. Go sit down.
Is there any ID in it?
No.
Aaron Hill pops it up. Center field. 4 Rockies converging, and it's Charlie Blackmon. That's the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Miguel Montero. Doug, you got your notes? No. Got your computer? No. Got your wallet? No.
Yeah, he does have his wallet.
Got a wallet.
Yeah, he does have his wallet.
You got your phone?
Yes, he does have his phone.
All right. But I got my Cincinnati Bengals sunglasses.
Doesn't leave home without them.
Schedule book? Nope, don't have that. Looking to save money by using electricity wisely? Find out how the little changes add up at TogetherWeSave.com, your local Touchstone Energy cooperative delivering reliable power, energy-saving tools, and more. Montero walked and scored last inning. It's 5-0 Arizona. 5 runs on 5 hits. The Rockies just 2 hits. There's another hit. And Goldschmidt is going to get a stop sign from Matt Williams.
Well, only because Charlie got there in a hurry on that line drive. It was hit hard right back up the middle by Montero. Yeah, it looked like Bo McLaughlin did answer the phone. We'll see which one goes down to get loose. It's Jeff Francis, the left-hander. He warmed up in the 9th yesterday. He'll get it going again here in this ball game. Yeah, Juan, hope to get you a double play here. Get out of this thing. So far in the ball game, in the first inning, had 3 ground ball outs. The second inning, 1 ground ball out, and so far none here in the third. Davidson, a strikeout victim on a slider away in his first at bat.
0-1 on Davidson. You can tell he's strong. The ball he hit out last night was a letter high fastball, and it was a no doubter to center field. He hit it about 440 feet. Here's the bomb from last night. 3-run shot.
The only thing that got hit by that were the ducks in the center field pond.
Good slider.
Yep. Good idea down and away from him. Took it off the plate, then out. Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo right out of the hand of Juan Nicasio. That late move off of the plate appeared to be the fastball to Davidson. Swung right through.
Oh, he had a fumble, a bobble. That's a nice gesture. It was intended for those young folks. Nicely done.
Dad, put that in the bag with the other 60 we got this year.
2 strikes on Davidson. 5 for 12 against the Rockies this year. Including 2 home runs. His only 2 home runs. Slider again, 1 and 2. All right, Nolan's going to make it nice and easy. Oopsie, he did a Canseco.
You walk over and give it to him. Oh, he did get it back. You know, if you have those tickets along there and everybody's got a whole bunch of baseballs they collect through the year, if you notice, both him and his brother had one.
Uh-oh, this ball's hit to left field, and it is off the wall. Throw to second. It's not going to get it. Kicks away from him, and Helton's backing up. So Goldschmidt scores. Montero to third on the double by Davidson, and it is 6-0. And Juan Nicasio not enjoying life right now.
No, he's not. Hanging breaking ball right in the middle of the plate, a little bit off the end of the bat. That ball's gone. Right now, Walt Weiss has sent Torrey Alba to the mound for a short visit. See that ball ricochet off. And here's the score by Goldsmith, and everybody else advances second and third. Walt waited till he got the tip of the cap from Jeff Francis to come into the ball game, and he's going to come in again. 2 1/3 innings for Nicasio. He has 6 runs so far, responsible for a couple of guys on base at second and third.
Well, depending on how the Rockies play things this next week, you don't want to take these 2 outings into the offseason. It'll be heavy on your mind. Juan's had some strong moments this year. The last 2, unfortunately, have not been part of those strong moments. 6-0 Arizona. Set, and then if you play another set, you get to be even again. Doesn't work that way in baseball.
Now that's a pretty tough set going on right now.
Yeah, today's Cold Hard Fact is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. And the Rockies are running to Serena Williams. Average among outfielders in September, the Rockies hitting .295. The Oakland A's can do no wrong. And we just were told that Texas just got walked off on. Kansas City, somebody had a grand slam for the Royals, and Texas lost, so the division goes to the Oakland A's.
But they're leading 6-1 over Minnesota.
So they were going to take care of business.
Well,
here's
the thing about all that. You know what? There was 100 and whatever games prior to this, you know, that they walked off and did all this, and they're out of it right now. And a soft fly ball. Dyer, come on.
And they're not going to be able to get there, and another raw score.
Bounce. Yep.
It's a good pitch by Jeff. Bad result as Parra has his second RBI of the ball game, 47 on the season. Davidson goes to third.
Well, that had been a typical year Jeff Francis wanted, and that was after one of the best spring trainings he had ever had. 2-5 overall record, working out of the bullpen now, 679 earned run average, a whip of 1.65.
Owings fouls it off. He had a 2-run double his first time up. This is going to move out of play also. You know, looking at the rest of the week, Frage, well, we don't have the TBAs yet in Los Angeles. In fact, we're not sure how it's going to work on Thursday here, or excuse me, on Wednesday here with the Red Sox in town. The Red Sox have a TBA and the Rockies have a TBA. We know this much. Tuesday, it'll be Chatwood against Peavy. How good's that matchup? That looks
nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I saw in the papers earlier from when I was reading the Boston paper this morning that Lackey was going to start for Boston on Wednesday night, if that holds true. So, I mean, according to Boston, Lackey will start on Wednesday.
All right.
Rockies, don't know yet.
George Frazier making his way to the mound.
Wrong again. Next time I make it to the mound, it's going to be in fantasy camp, and I can't wait to go. February, whatever it is.
It's early February this year, so
5th
after the
through the
Super
9th.
Bowl.
February 5th through the 9th is when it is. I went down to the kiosk the other day, saw a bunch of the former campers, trying to get some new ones signed up. Ladies, sign up. The girls have more fun than guys do, I think. They come down and play. We've had a lot of first-time women enjoy the camp.
You teach me the spitter this year?
Nope. You've been gone so much. You're like camp MVP of the world. You're in the Hall of Fame of the Rockies fantasy camp.
Yeah, right.
I'm still trying to figure out how you won that game 16-10 and went 7 innings and gave up 19 hits on 10 runs, and he got the win, Doug.
You keep putting more hits and runs on my ledger.
Well, there was a little bit more on there. Goody showed up last year, had the bum elbow, had the bad hammy, couldn't bend over, because he always plays shortstop. He doesn't let any of the other campers play. He just plays short every time.
Keep burying me.
Everybody knows it's listening.
2-2 on Owings.
And all I do is walk around and find you.
You want to know what? You do find me a lot.
I'm the judge in Kangaroo Court, and I have a wonderful time doing it. It's easy to embarrass the people, and my partner and other people, and Jeff, who comes out, Jeff Houston.
You're hysterical doing it, but people didn't know they had to take a loan out to pay off their Kangaroo Court fines. Hurdle was a lot. Hurdle handed out a lot of fines, but they were little jabs. Yours were big left hooks. Strike 3 on Owings.
Show up with $1 in your pocket. You got to be ready to go. Trust me. This year, the big difference, folks, at camp, we will take American Express. Strike 3 fastball right on the outside corner.
That'll bring up Patrick Corbin. Let me ask you something, in all seriousness.
Yes.
Do you know of any, I haven't asked anybody this in a long time, do Kangaroo Courts exist anymore in the big leagues?
No, well, I don't think so. Maybe with Joe Madden, because he's such a throwback. Maybe with him.
But every team used to have one, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, kind of lighten it up. You know, usually it was the team that stunk. You always had something to make it better on Sundays.
So Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland, we had one. Pretty much. Second year with the Cubs, we had one. But it usually lasts for about a month, and everybody's like, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
One guy gets picked on. And
over and over and over again. Or you just,
superstars tell you I ain't paying and they walk out.
Find a guy for a bad haircut.
That happens all the time. I do that anyway.
You got somebody at camp last year for a bad do, I think.
Oh, I get people for just knowing people.
Guilty by association.
I remember last year Doug Jones was so excited. He said, Doug Jones, where are you? And he raised his hand. I said, Keith Schultz's cousin, huh? And he goes, yeah. And I said, $5 for knowing Schultz. Just have a little fun. But we have a lot of fun down at Fancy Camp. Jason and his crew, they do a great job down there. So if you'd like to come, it's February 5th through the 9th. Boy, Jeff came in after that bloop single, a strikeout and a soft ground ball. He's going to work out of it here and shut the door after a 7-0 lead now by the Arizona Diamondbacks with 8 hits in the ball game.
On Root Sports is brought to you by the Ford F-150. It's not just a truck, it's an F-150, and it's built Ford tough. By Comcast, advertise your business locally on the network's People Watch. Go to ComcastSpotlight.com for details. By Jeep, visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by Southwest Airlines, find our fares online only at Southwest.com. Kayakers on the Platte River. And we're just a few minutes from there. Jeff Francis is going to lead things off for the Rockies in the 3rd inning. Juan Nicasio ends up going 2 1/3, gives up 7 runs on 7 hits. So in his last 5 innings, he's given up 15 runs and 15 hits. One. I like how Jeff's thinking his way through this. AB George working the count.
2 pitches, 1-1 count, right?
See,
that's where you need to turn around and look at Bashner and go, it didn't have to be. I'll let you know when it's a strike. I'll swing at it. Otherwise, it's a ball.
Corbin with the ultimate tip of the cap for Francis, drawing a 1-2 slider.
Absolutely. Build your strikeout totals up.
Three and 2. I told you he's working the AB.
What it really gets you is if he throws a slider right here.
It's a pretty good
I
hack.
can just keep fouling him off.
Jeff's hit dead red. Look at this, deep center field. Trackins A.J. Pollock, and he's going to get there. Francis going to yell to him next time, play a little deeper. You know, in all seriousness, we're having fun with Jeff. That wasn't very good at bat.
It's great at bat by Jeff. You know, to get down 1-2, not chase the slider out of the zone. Everything else about it was good.
Look at Wheeler. Car goes. Hey, Adam, baby.
Hey, guys, I actually asked Jeff Francis today because, as you've seen, I said, have you come close to hitting a homer? And he remembered right away. He said, I hit the Qual paint sign in right field off Claudio Vargas. That's as far as I've gotten. Until that, shot to center.
It's pretty good.
Wait a second. He hit the Qual paint sign
right field.
In right field? Which one? There's two of them.
The one on the edge there.
Oh, the one right down the line? Okay, because there's one a little further out toward the bullpen.
No, the one out. He said the one out towards the bullpen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be a tough chance and no chance to get Blackman. Hey, when you're on a roll, George, you're on a roll.
Just ride it, man. Why not? You betcha, Charlie. Take him any way you can get him. At the end of the year, the record book's going to look up, and Charlie Blackmon's going to be hitting 312 on this date. On September the 22nd, high chopper right here. Corbin tries to get it, snap throw over. Charlie well past the bag by then.
That's now 10 multi-hit games out of his last 13. One out. Charlie's at first base. So he hit that Qual paint sign.
Right there. That's the one he got.
Moved it over a couple feet. He would have trotted around. DJ takes high, ball one. DJ drives one to right. Parra, good jump, makes the catch. And Blackman, wow. You know what? He barely got back.
Tell you what, Barrett's right. I mean, Charlie, when the ball was hit, he was thinking, this ball's going to get over his head. I'm going to try to go score right now. Parra with one of the stronger arms. That's why he's out in right field. I mean, he throws a bullet all the way in. Charlie going to get about half, three-quarters the way when he didn't catch it. Now he's got to hustle back, and he knows he's got to hustle back.
Tulowitzki with 2 outs. And Parra's at 17 assists, lead all of Major League Baseball among outfielders. It's also a Diamondbacks club record for Gerardo. Grew up in the Diamondbacks system, came up with Miguel Montero, Carlos Gonzalez, among others. It's a base hit. Arturo's been aboard twice.
The video game that puts you in the owner's suite is now available free on iPad and iPhones. Build your stadium, make the decisions to guide your team to the World Series. Download MLB Ballpark Empire free today.
Dyer struck out on a check swing his first time. Came into the ball game leading the National League by a point over Chris Johnson. National League batting race. Good swing. Braves leading the Cubs 5-2 in the 8th inning. Chris Johnson is 0 for 4. He's down to 329.
Cuddy's at 330. The runners in scoring position, 331. This should be as consistent as you could be.
It's like Julio Teheran, George, is going to win another ball game for the Braves.
Well, they had a choice for either Teheran or it was going to be Delgado. Which one do we trade? And try to get involved in this when they were working on the trade with the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Atlanta Brave front office wanted to keep the youngster Teheran and send Delgado.
Two and two the count.
They were way up with a fastball out of the zone. Cuddy on a check swing strikeout, first at bat.
Back up the middle, base hit. Michael Kadire, Charlie Blackmon around third. He'll score. Bobbled in center, and going to third is Tulowitzki. Michael Kadire gives the Rockies a run. '82nd RBI for Kadire.
Tried to take that slider to the inner half of the plate, just didn't get there. Left out over the middle on a Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, and Kadire right back up the middle base hit. First and third, the ball got bobbled in center field by A.J. Pollock. And when that happened, that allowed Tulowitzki to move up to third base. Second error of the year on A.J.
Charlie Culberson hitting fifth again. He hit fifth yesterday, responded with a 2 for 4 outing. He had 2 hits and 3 at bats on Friday night. Todd Helton was saying yesterday that he is pulling as hard as he can for his good friend Michael Kadire to win the batting title. Not just because he's his teammate and he's his friend, but he appreciates just how hard Kadire works. They're cut from a similar cloth. They don't complain. They go out and, folks, we report on injuries when we're told about them when they're significant enough that a guy misses a game or he's got to come out of a game, then it's obvious. There have been so many times in Helton's career, and same with Kadire, that they're playing and you have no idea, they got a knee that's killing them. Their back is, been barking so bad they haven't slept well for a month.
Man, that's where Keith Duggar comes in, gets you out on the field, gets you ready to play some hardball. His snap, Scotty Garrett. Scotty.
George, I know you never turned down the baseball when you pitched out of the bullpen. You pitched down there for a long time at this level. And I think it applies in every sport. The best a guy feels is when he reports for day one of spring training, or in the case of the NFL, training camp. There's a strikeout. And after that, the next time you feel good is the middle of your off season.
When you're crawling right up at the top of a deer stand in mid-October, that's when you feel good.
Rockies get a run, 7-1 Arizona.
Lead as we go to the 4th inning. Let's get to the AT&T trivia question for today. It's got to be about Todd Helton. And here's the question. There are 8 other active players, active the key word, that have more home runs than Todd Helton. So they are playing more homers than Todd. I want you to think about that. You guys discuss. I'll confirm and deny when he hits in the next inning, all right?
Sounds good.
Okay.
You sound like a bank robber. I'll confirm or deny.
Well, if you want to discuss right now, you can throw some names out. I'll be yay, nay.
I don't want to. Just Lance Berkman.
Albert Pujols.
Albert's on there. That's one. That's one. We have a list of 8.
All right, we're not going to.
So we'll
we don't
start
want
with
to.
Albert.
We don't
He's
want
on
to ruin it at home.
Okay.
Adam Eaton's at the plate. Adams 1 for 2, leadoff man for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Jeff Francis got the final couple of outs of the 3rd inning, and he drops a curveball in the lap of Eaton. 1-1. Eaton at 348 in his minor league career, over 345 games, and he's got a base hit here. And that'll bring to the plate A.J. Pollock. Want to know on Pollock. He can run at first, 7-1 in the 4th inning. All right, George, here's a bonus trivia question for you and everybody else. And Stout, if he's listening, because I know Mark,
Who's listening?
probably studied this.
Doesn't let anything get away.
Somewhere along the lines. Pollock's a Golden Domer. My good friend, my neighbor, Bill Hanslick. I hope he's paying attention. Name the first famous big leaguer who came out of Notre Dame.
I give.
We did this recently. Jastrzemski.
Oh, you got to go back. And the hint is he went to Notre Dame, but he never played there. Come on, Dougie. I know you. This is Doug's favorite era.
Jeff Francis, 1 ball, 2 strike count, trying to get something rolled over here, something soft away to get him out front on the hands. A.J. Pollock at the plate, 8 home runs, 36 RBIs.
Cap Anson
From Iowa.
As before they.
I'm saying he attended class one day.
Oh, he went there. They just didn't play baseball yet.
Didn't you go there when it was like a boarding school?
Oh,
All colleges, if you didn't know.
1800s.
If you didn't know, Mark,
Yeah, our boarding schools.
with kids, they're all boarding schools when you write a check for tuition and room
Right.
and board.
You're the best, Frage.
Right?
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Rocky's got a Golden Domer in their bullpen, Jeff Manship.
Neville Council went to school too.
Yes, he did.
Boy, that was a good pitch.
Yeah,
That
a real
was
good
ball was
pitch,
caught.
and another blooper is going to drop.
Well, Jeff made the pitch he needed to make right there to try to get the out. Slow curveball, trying to get it back in, down underneath. He's throwing 20 pitches, 14 strikes for Jeff. Look at a big bender. I mean, he went down and got that off the outside corner below the knees. Just used the strength to flip it out into left field. Jeff hoping Culberson would get there.
Most of the recent guys from Notre Dame are pitchers. John Axford, who we just saw.
Jeff Samardzija.
Jeff Samardzija. Brad Lidge from Cherry Creek High School. Aaron Heilman.
Whatever happened to Heilman? He was like right there and then just disappeared.
He was one of those guys that a couple years after he's gone, you say, what did happen to him? He had a period where he was
Oh, he
Tremendous
bounced around in the minor leagues a little bit the last couple of years.
Rockies had another guy they traded to Minnesota, George. Yeah. That was a Golden Domer who I know you remembered. You saw him a fair amount. I think in Tulsa, Matt McCray. Remember Matt McCray?
No.
Yes, stop it. Did he go for Ortiz, who ended up winning game 163? Check that out, Doug. Back in 07, this ball pulled foul by Paul Goldschmidt. 2 on, nobody out. Game started harmlessly enough. Yeah, he was traded for Ramon Ortiz. And Ramon, unfortunately, didn't pitch well with the Rockies after that deal in the stretch run of 07, but he got them off the field in extra innings after the home run by Scott Hairston, and ultimately won the game because, as we all know, the Rockies rallied for 3. 1-2, blocked by Toriyama. 2-2 on Goldschmidt. Yeah, the game started harmlessly enough. Juan Nicasio got 3 easy ground balls in the first inning. 1-2-3 start. Then he gave up 4 in the second. He gave up 3 in the third, and he was gone with 1 out. And now here in the fourth, Jeff Francis has given up a base hit up the middle by Eaton and a soft fly ball single by A.J. Pollock. 2-2 on the RBI leader in the National League, Paul Goldschmidt, at 123. And this should be 2. DJ gets his feet. 2 gone on that double play.
Change up on the outer half of the plate down. Get him way out front, get him over the top of the baseball, and TJ able to just take it up the middle, put it away himself on the relay toss over the top.
One 1-0 on Aaron Hill. Somebody yelled, "Come on." Wanted that pitch. 2-0. Safe Light Auto Glass, folks, to see if you have auto glass issues. 303-287-5000, online at safelight.com.
It's one thing Jeff will do. He will throw strikes. That fastball at 87 miles an hour. He'll have some sink and tail to it, trying to live on that outside corner to eliminate the power of Aaron Hill. And he's got big power middle half end. Well, he's hurt most of the year, but he had 11 home runs and 309 at bats.
And he got him to chase up. Good pitch. That ends the inning. There were a couple hits, a man left. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Arizona 7 and the Rockies 1.
Answer the AT&T trivia question because Todd Helton's coming up. These are the 8 players with more home runs that are active in the big leagues. The girls from the Littleton Cardinals are going to help me out. You start at the top.
A-Rod. Albert.
Pujols.
Dunn.
Adam Dunn.
Where at?
Giambi.
Poppy.
Paul Konerko. We have to get this done because Todd's hitting. Big Poppy.
Another double for Todd Helton. Number 590. Jumped on the first offering from Patrick Corbin.
Tell you what, the way he's swinging the bat, why hadn't he been playing every game all year long? It's been fun to watch, folks. This last homestand here at Coors Field on Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, Todd really got his hands inside that baseball and continued to swing down the right field corner. It's going to come right at you at home. And Todd's going to end up at second base in scoring position for Nolan Arenado.
Let's just finish the list up. So, Big Poppy's David Ortiz. Girls, he's on the Red Sox. Alfonso Soriano, who, as you said, he was. Now he's on the Yankees. And Drew, you said he's been going crazy. And Adrian Beltre, who's had a great career. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
There you go, guys.
All right, Mark, thank you. That's career extra base hit number 995 for Todd Helton. It's pulled foul. 37th on the all-time list. Tying Al Simmons, known to his buddies as Bucketfoot back in the day. Todd's going to cross over. He read that baseball well. Owens will throw out Arenado. Torrealba come up. Two Pomeranz throwing now in the Rockies pen with Francis due up next. Yorvita had a really good first half offensively. He's been struggling. It's tough when you're playing a couple times a week at most to stay warm at the plate. He has been sensational with Willeen Rosario, and he also keeps that dugout up. Guy hits a home run. The first guy that greeted him at the top step of the dugout is always Torrealba with a bear hug. 2 strikes the count on Yorvita against Patrick Corbin. Rutledge in the on deck circle. And that's a base hit up the middle. Yorvita got fooled a little bit, kept the hands back and just kind of blocked it up the middle. And Helton scores the Rockies' second run.
And for Todd Helton, his 1,400 run scored in his great major league career after that double.
That is one of the 1,400 marks that we all wanted to see him get to. The other one is 1,400 RBIs, and he's 3 away, I believe, from that. #15th RBI in the season for Torrealba. Two away, short of 1. This ball is blooped to shallow left. This could drop, and it will. Torrealba to second, and base hit for Rutledge off the bench.
Good for Rutt. had 2 or 3 where he's just smacked the baseball and got nothing out of it. This one here, he gets in on the fist. One-handed swing by Rutledge. Barely hung on to the bat. Always took off on the run trying to get to the baseball. Swiped at it, missed it. First and second now. You're top of the order with Charlie Blackmon, who's got a couple of base hits.
Two on for Blackmon. Rockies have 8 hits now against Corbin. Corbin got roughed up in his last outing, lasting just 2 innings against the Dodgers, giving up 6 runs. That's a strike. Mentioned earlier, Corbin's from North Syracuse, Clay, New York to be exact. Cold weather place. He went to a couple of junior colleges, beginning with Mohawk Community College in Utica, New York, and then did well enough there. He transferred down to Chipola Junior College in Florida. He was drafted in the 2nd round out of there. Softly hit to short. So it'll be 1st and 3rd, 2 outs for LeMahieu. Well, Corbin actually loved basketball more than baseball growing up. Having spent a little bit of time in central New York going to school there. Jim Boeheim and Syracuse Orange men are a huge influence on any young kid growing up in that area. Corbin wanted to play basketball, and he supposedly had the ability perhaps to play at the Division I level. He used to do 360 dunks. He was a great 3-point shooter. But he also threw around 90 miles an hour on the left side.
Doesn't surprise me that a guy in the cold weather like that liked basketball better than baseball. He didn't get to play baseball until the middle of May.
This is hit to shallow center, but it's playable. And caught out there by A.J. Pollard. Helton led off with a double. He'd score on a Torrealba base hit. 7-2 Arizona. Arizona has scored 7 runs in the game. Their onslaught began in the 2nd inning against Juan Nicasio. Gerardo Parra, Mr. Double in this series with his 41st double of the year. That would score a run. And then a base hit by Chris Owings would drive in 2. He'd end up in 2nd with a double. 3rd inning. More of the same. Paul Goldschmidt getting in on the act, an RBI double. He has 123 ribbies. And then Matt Davidson producing a double to left center field. 7-2 Arizona. The Rockies single runs in the 3rd and 4th. Jeff Francis pitched an inning and 2/3. Went unscathed, and now handed off to Drew Pomeranz, making his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen.
First 2 really good.
First two really good. They had one inning, 2 strikeouts. The other day in the extra inning ball game, 2 innings, no runs, no hits. You know, a lot of times you see guys that go to the bullpen, they think they have to throw out of the stretch. They want to go to the stretch. Well, he's gone to the stretch out of the bullpen. It seems to have calmed down things, getting his hand more in a repeatable motion on the way to home plate, being able to control and command a hard slider down and away.
Montero will lead it off. Miguel, along with Cargo and Gerardo Parra. We're talking about those guys coming up together in the Arizona chain. They were together in Missoula, Montana.
Yeah, it's not bad little city to go watch baseball. I went up there and watched a few games at Missoula.
And as good a hitter as Montero and as talented as Parra was, he could throw and he could hit. They all knew that the guy who had freakish ability was Carlos Gonzalez. Miguel was telling me this summer that he said it just appeared he could do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted on the baseball field. So if he wanted to get a hit, he'd get a hit. If he wanted to go 4 for 4, and obviously there's some embellishment there because everybody would try to go 4 for 4 every night, but he's just blown away by his talent. Torrealba without a mask. Got to retrieve it. Yorvi, don't catch another pitch without one. When something like that happens, there's always another catcher in the vicinity.
Yeah, nice job by Bashner. He's asking Torrey, you ready to go? You okay? You know, he had to sit out on that concussion deal, so a little more alertness to that. Do you know which Rockies played football in his or
in high school?
In high school or college? Todd did. I know that. I don't think Tulowitzki was a hooper.
Tulowitzki was a very good hooper.
Kadire probably played. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing.
I remember looking out there. Culberson did not. Nowadays, more and more guys focus on one sport early on.
Well, there's so many fall classics you have to show up at in high school to be able to get that attention. You have fall ball now in college where you really make your stripe to get an opportunity to play on teams.
What American League city are you most looking forward to next year?
Yeah, Kansas City for me. I like going back to Kansas City. A lot of tradition there now. They're playing better baseball.
Oh, we're going to Cleveland. I like checking out. It's always fun to be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Eat some good barbecue down in Kansas City.
What else we got?
Got Detroit. Left that one out, George. I like the stadium in Detroit.
Hopefully I'll leave that one out also.
I like the ballpark. Unfortunately, Detroit, as we all know, they've had hard times. I'm looking still down this list for anybody else I know who played football. And Pomeranz strikes out Montero. One out, and Matt Davidson will come up. Will Cargo have a last at bat before the season ends? I would doubt it, but we'll see. His hands feeling a little bit better. His fingers feeling a little bit better after the cortisone shot.
Well, you always do. You get a cortisone shot in anything, you're going to feel good. The next couple of days, you're going to feel really good.
I don't know if there's a point to it.
I don't see any reason to.
Well, I mean, wants to get that thing healthy and make a determination whether the cortisone shot and rehab will work, rest will work, or if he's got to have it surgically repaired. And it's not, you know, a real simple deal, the surgery. And there's the possibility that you have reduced range in that digit in terms of being able to close it 100%. One and two on Davidson.
Good for Ryan Sandberg, named manager officially, making him the manager of the ball club in Philadelphia next year.
He ran his record out there. I think it was a couple days ago. He was 18 and 14 in his first 32.
Yesterday, and what did he do today? I'll tell you again. Got beat 4-3. The Mets beat him today, 4-3. You know, Miami beat Washington 4-2. That's going to have some implications on the wild card chase for Washington.
Right field, Kadire, easy play. And that'll bring up another left-handed bat. Who's our base running coach?
Well, probably Stu Cole. Walt Weiss, talked to him about it a little bit. Tommy Runnels, an infield guy that was a speed guy at the time.
You know, in spring training,
Latch has done everything, so I'm sure he could handle it.
Eric Young Jr. was at spring training a few different times. To third, nice pickup, Arenado to help get in for Drew Pomeranz. 1-2-3 inning for Pomeranz in the fifth, 7-2.
Sunday afternoon here at Coors Field. You always meet fans that have interesting stories. We saw the sign from Virgil Brown. It said, "This is on my bucket list." Virgil, how old are you?
82.
This is the first time you've gotten to Coors Field.
Yep.
He is from Casper, Wyoming. You were in the Marines when?
49 to 52. Korean War.
Korean War guys, got out of the service. He's from Nebraska, moved to Casper, Wyoming. 4 generations of the family here today.
Oh, that's cool.
I know that you've had aneurysms, you've had some health scares, but you're here today.
Yep, that's right. I'm just finishing up on some chemotherapy for cancer.
Well, it's great to have you at Coors Field, and we're glad that you could get here to a game and possibly see a home run. That's foul. But, Virgil, you're known as just Papa in Casper?
Pretty much.
Everybody knows him in Casper, guys. So a veteran that finally made it to Coors Field.
Well, I'm happy for him. Way to go, Virgil. Glad your family got you down here for a ball game.
Good deal, Virgil. Welcome to Coors Field. Hopefully, the Rockies can put together a nice little rally for you. They're chipping away. They were down 7-0. It's now 7-2 as they hit in the 5th inning. Tulowitzki, Kadire, Culberson, Hilton after that against Patrick Corbin. That's way inside. 1-1. Tulowitzki a walk and a single. Corbin part of the Dan Herron trade. Sent Herron to the Angels. Brought in return Joe Saunders, Tyler Skaggs, Rafael Rodriguez, and Patrick Corbin. 3 of the 4 pitchers in that deal were left-handers.
How could you make a trade like that and go and say we give up 3 left-handers? Left-handers are hard to come by. Two of those, Tyler Skaggs and this young man, pretty good.
And he's young. He just turned 24 right after the All-Star break. 2-2 on Tulowitzki. Last year he went 6-8, 22 games, 17 starts. 31-16 in his minor league career. Wilton Lopez throwing for the Rockies.
Scout always told me, you see the ball coming straight back, right on it. See it flaring left or right off the bat, depending on who's at home plate. You got a lot of movement on it, don't see the ball as well. But Tulo was right on that one. He came right back at the screen hard. Yeah, he doesn't want to start the inning off with a walk, and typically maybe a little tighter ball game. You might see him go with a slider here and try to get the strikeout.
Ball 4. So Tulo walks again. Up comes Michael Kadire, who drove in a run with a base hit up the middle his last time up. He averaged at .332.
As your elementary or middle school participated in one of the Rockies school programs, if not, call 303 Rockies or visit the Rockies community webpage for more information.
Another hit for Kadire.
Magic wand continues. Culberson to get a shot, and then you know who's coming up next. Todd Helton.
The deficit happened early enough that without the realm of possibility that you keep chipping away, you have enough time. It's just the 5th inning.
But you got a long time to go here. I mean, that's the good part about it.
Retreating Davidson out at second. Pretty close play as Kadire almost beat the throw.
Yeah, really close right here. High up here. And you see Davidson pick the ball. Did a really nice job with that. And barely got that in. I'll bet you we could almost see it again if we wanted to.
instead, I'd like to see Todd Helton swing the bat. So will the rest of this crowd.
Now 2 on base. Todd is 2 shy of 1,400 career RBIs. Had a double to right his last time up. That was his 590th. Got the slider after hitting the fastball first pitch.
Tip your cap. That's pitcher's pitch. Let him have it. Will Harris warming up in the bullpen for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He pitched the other day in the ball game for the Diamondbacks on Friday night. Picked off DJ LeMahieu earlier in the ball game. Giving a look throw over to Charlie Culberson at first.
1-1 on Todd. That's outside. 2-1. Todd yesterday 1 for 4 at a base hit. 1 for 4 with a double on Friday night. Played all 15 innings Thursday. And that's down the right field line. Culberson may be able to score on this. He gets a green light from Stu Cole. Helton is second. 2-run double. Helton has 1,400 ribbies.
And draws his team once again close with a double, and now 7-4.
Mr. Double with 591 now.
That is incredible. He hit a shot too, right down the right field line, down into the corner, and it was off to the races. They had Culberson on there, a guy with great speed, was able to come around and score.
I'm telling you what, George, that's impressive. I mean, he's 40. He's been playing every day. You got an outstanding left-hander who throws 92, 93 from the left side, a little different angle, and he got the barrel out and hammered that. That was a flashback to 27-year-old Todd Helton. 1,400 runs scored as Jerry looks on. 1,400 RBIs on the same day. Put that retirement talk off. 7-4. In the midst of a standing ovation for Todd Helton as They just announced to the crowd that that was his 1400th RBI. And now about the business of coming all the way back and taking a lead. Still plenty of work to be done, but it looks a whole lot better than it did a couple of innings back when it was 7-0. Will Harris is now on the pitching rubber for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he's facing Nolan Arenado, who's 1 for 2. There's 1 out in the 5th inning. Rockies run off Corbin after 4 1/3. They got 10 hits against him.
They say Harris is effectively wild. He doesn't necessarily walk a lot of people, but he will show a fastball out of the strike zone. Up and away. And he throws a nasty curve as a swing and miss, and he usually has that in the dirt. Guys chase it.
Here's the 1-1. It's in there 1-2. Two and two. Thanks again for texting in during Toyota Talk. Visit the Root Sports Facebook page at facebook.com/RootSportsRM. Tracy Ringlesby will answer another Toyota Talk question. Right field, Para in foul ground. 2 outs. Well, your Torrealba coming up again. An RBI situation. Come through again. It'd be 7-5. He drove in Helton in the 4th inning.
Just sit here and look out on the field and marvel at what 17 has accomplished in a Rocky uniform. 1,400 RBIs, 1,400 runs scored. Phenomenal. I read something the other day too, Doug, that he and Stan Musial were only 2 guys. I know we put up 3 one time. The only 2 guys with 300 home runs, 300, over 500 doubles. It was the doubles thing. Over 500 doubles, 550 doubles, I think.
Yeah, here's what it is exactly, George. It's 2,500 hits, 550 doubles, 350 home runs, and a batting average of at least .315 in their career. Two
guys in the history of the game. Stan Musial, Todd Helton.
Yep.
Think about that. A lot of great players.
2-0. 3-0. Pomeranz is standing on the on-deck circle with a bat, but he's not going to hit if Torrealba reaches. Lopez has been warming up.
And again, if you're worried about who might do what, I mean, you know, as far as somebody coming out of their bullpen, Will Harris, the only guy warming up in their bullpen, at ball 4.
The Pomeranz will turn around, and Corey Dickerson's going to pinch hit. Torrealba will go down to first.
Charles Nagy out to talk to Will Harris. Let's go right at it. Attack the baseball. Don't pitch away from contact. That's the only way we're going to get out of this thing. We went after Arenado. Now let's go after Corey Dickerson. You got a left-hander. You got a pretty good swing up there.
So Todd with the 1,400 RBIs, the 74th player ever with 1,400 ribbies. 1,400 runs. There's only 91 of those. You will lead the game, and you're in the top 100 in every meaningful offensive category, and considerably higher in a number of those. For instance, doubles, 16. And he's now, I didn't think it was attainable, but who knows the way he's cranking out doubles. He's only 5 away from Luis Gonzalez, the former Arizona Diamondback.
5.5 games to go.
First pitch popped up by Dickerson, and Davidson will make the catch. The Rockies scored a run in the third, a run in the fourth, 2 now in the fifth on the help double in 7-4. Top of the 6th inning. Todd Helton, a pair of doubles today. He has driven in a couple of runs, and he has scored 1. So all-time list: 2,513 hits, 96th. Home runs, 75th. Doubles, 16th. Walks, 35th. We don't talk about that much. And the aforementioned categories that he has surpassed today: 74th in ribbies, 91st in runs scored. Amazing. Close to 18,000 players have participated at the major league level, and you're in the top 100 in virtually every category offensively. Amazing stuff. Wilton Lopez on for the 75th time. He's the 4th pitcher utilized today by Walt Weiss as Juan Nicasio got you 7 outs in the ball game. That's a lot of appearances.
A lot of appearances. You're right. 74 and a third, so a little less than what you're doing inning per appearance. And Kirk Gibson will go to his bench. Harris was asked to come in and get those final 2 outs. He could pick up the win in the ball game.
Chris Owings. It's out of play. 2-strike count on Owings. Good inning for Pomerantz. He's done a nice job since returning in a bullpen role.
Different
strikeout, 1, 2, 3.
Kept a different attitude on the mound, an aggressive attitude.
Oh-2.
And everybody talked about the innings pitched by the Rockies bullpen, most in the National League, but the appearance 75th ties with Belisario of the Los Angeles Dodgers is the most in the National League with 75. Belisle 70 appearances on the year.
Well hit center field. Blackman is going to have to field it off the wall, and it's a long double by Chris Owings.
Showing a lot of little pop in his bat. Double earlier in the ball game. He gets another double here on a ball dead center field.
MVP of the Coast League.
He's going to get a chance to play. He's going to swing the bat well. You can see that sinker coming down, but it just didn't get there far enough on the Mike Shaw Subaru Super Bowl. Charlie looking to see to play it off of the wall, just 2 feet shy of being out of the ballpark.
Sliced foul by the switch hitter Cliff Pennington. Didn't offer at it.
You know, once again, Arizona swinging the bat so well with runners in scoring position. 6 for 13. The Rockies 3 for 10. Still a pretty good number on their part, too. I'll take a look at this and see. I thought he jabbed at it a little bit there, and they pulled it back. Did get called. Count even 1-1.
Down low, 2-1. Pennington moves the runner, 1 out. Coors Light Freeze Cam. Todd Helton's last double to drive in 2. Got to barrel out on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Family and friends looking on. I know his high school coach is here. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Nice catch. So the Reds caught the Pirates again today with that 11-3 victory. Throw to third, safe.
Good idea. You catch somebody napping, a lot of times you can. So you get down that line a little bit too far, the snap throw down. You just got to make sure everybody knows what's going on when you do something like that.
Cardinals play in Milwaukee tonight. Began the day 2 up in the Central. And that's right back to the mound. Lopez checks the runner, goes to help, 2 outs. Good pitch to get Adam Eaton. That'll bring up A.J. Pollock. Pollock 1 for 2 and a walk today. Owings at third base. So Corbin not eligible for the victory. 4 runs, 10 hits, 4 1/3. Walked 1, struck out 3. that is a fair ball into the left field corner. A.J. Pollock into second with a run scoring double, and it's 8-4. And that's really been the season in a nutshell for Wilt Lopez. The vaunted sinker that he possessed in Houston. We've seen some good ones, but we've seen a lot of line drives, a lot of home runs. A double to start the inning off the center field wall, and then this sinker, George, much higher in the zone than you want it to be.
Right, and you know what? When you're a sinker ball guy, don't ever entertain the four-seam fastball. Stay sink the whole time. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to go hunt velocity. It might not be there either.
Paul Goldschmidt drove in a run with a double in the third inning. Last 10 ball games coming in, Arizona hit .316, averaging 5.7 runs. That'll obviously go up today with the 8 runs and 12 hits. And now Rockies won't mess around with Goldschmidt with first base open. They'd rather go at Aaron Hill.
Yeah, part of good sense here. I mean, Goldschmidt 35, 123, and thinking that, you know, he got a chance to be an MVP, and Kirk Gibson knows something about an MVP. Walt going to go ahead and pitch to the guy that has a big bat. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but he hadn't played in that many ball games this year. Aaron Hill on the year has only played in 82 games because of injuries.
Root Sports, your home for Mountain West Conference football this season. Check the Root Sports website at rootsports.com to see the 2013 Mountain West Conference schedule. Aaron Hill hits it foul. Home run distance, but 30 feet foul. Uncalled to strike. Aaron Hill in his third year with the Diamondbacks after spending a good number of years in Toronto. Hit 36 home runs one year with the Jays. Drove in 108 back in 2009. Good hitters park. Rogers Center, and that's a base hit. Throw toward the plate in time, and out by a bunch is Pollock. Great throw by Charlie Culberson. Base hit by Hill. No damage on that particular hit as Pollock's cut down 7-2. Culberson with the perfect throw. Food Sports brought to you by the Honey Smoked Fish Company, a ready-to-eat, energizing superfood you can add to any dish that's healthy and delicious. By Dodge, visit Dodge.com or your local Dodge dealer today. By Connect for Health Colorado, when health insurance plans compete, there's only one winner, you. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Yeah, happy to see Chaz Rowe back in the big leagues. 18th appearance for Chaz. A former sandwich pick of the Colorado Rockies who was traded to Seattle. No secret, tested positive there, went to the independent league, worked his way back, and here he is in the big leagues after pitching in AAA Tucson for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Excuse me, Reno in AAA, and very good arm, very good fastball. And worked through some issues off the field, and here he is in the big leagues. Could be prouder of it.
Blackman 2 for 3, takes a strike. Charlie's been hitting quite a bit in the 1 spot in the order. We've seen him down in the 8th spot also. I don't know if he'd be an ideal leadoff hitter in that on one hand he runs well, and he's proven to be a pretty good hitter. We understand that. Occasional power. But Charlie doesn't draw many walks. He's walked just 5 times in 222 at bats. That doesn't correlate to a guy who typically would lead off. On base percentage of .330. One and 2 the count. Well, that's what Rowe had in the minor leagues. It got a lot of people excited. A very strong curveball.
Well, yeah, he threw a fastball 94 to 97 miles an hour when he was signed by the Rockies, and for whatever reason the velocity backed up 89 to 91 miles an hour, but he always kept his good hard slider and curveball, and Charlie swings over the top of that for an out here in the first, for the first out, I should say, of against Charlie in the 6th inning.
DJ takes ball 1. 0 for 3 tonight for LeMahieu, or today. High clouds around the ballpark.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. There are no low clouds. Yeah, there are no low clouds. There are sometimes lower clouds. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, but those aren't low. Those are low.
Well,
They're pretty low, Drew.
are they?
Yeah. Those are called rain clouds.
Don't scare everybody.
Well, I'm not scared.
It's not
Water
gonna
doesn't
rain
hurt.
yet.
Get some soap. Take a bath while you're out there.
Well, we've had enough water lately.
Yes, we have. Certain areas, obviously, way too much. Thoughts go out to him. Josh Outman, the left-hander, warming up down for the Rockies in their bullpen, trying to get through here 1 inning at a time with a lot of guys. Francis picked up the slack for inning and 2/3, 3 hits. Struck out a batter, struck out a couple of batters.
Yeah, Jeff did a nice job. Pomerantz did a real nice job. Outside 3-1. And a base hit up the middle for DJ. Well, if you'd like to receive text message alerts when the Rockies score 7 or more, text the word taco to 720-720. Rockies down 4 runs. We've had 24 combined hits in this affair. 13 for Arizona, 11 for Colorado. Tulowitzki's been on base all 3 times. Walk, single, walk. So Montero back into his crouch. 1-0 on Tulowitzki. Kadire on deck. Michael's got a couple hits. Leading the National League in batting average. Chris Johnson took an 0 for today. Rowe wouldn't give in with a 2-0 fastball. It's 2-1.
Yeah, reading a little more on Chaz Rowe. 2012, he went out for Laredo in the Independent League. This is where an Arizona scout saw him. 55 innings, 69 strikeouts, and just 7 walks.
Guys get plucked at independent ball a little more frequently than many would be led to believe.
Well, when you've been around since 05 and it's in 2012, you've been to AAA for 1 year and you're still wanting to play, you're still wanting to battle it, still have that desire to put on a uniform, it means a lot, and then you show what you can do with the stuff that Chaz has. You're seeing pretty good fastball at 92, 93 with sink, a pretty good curveball and slider mix. Minor leagues, he was 42 and 45 with a 473 earned run average. A couple of years in Modesto, Tulsa.
Hard on the ground to third. Davidson to second. On first, double play. And the Rockies done in the 6th inning on that twin killing. Rockies trailing 8-4. We're off to the 7th. What's next brought to you by CenturyLink. What's next is a day off for the Rockies. Tuesday they welcome in the Boston Red Sox. Final 2 games of the home stand, final 2 games of the home portion of the 2013 schedule. The former Padre and Cy Young winner Jake Peavy, who's 3-1 with Boston. League hitting just .218 against him. And Tyler Chatwood will make his 20th start of the year. He has a .336 ERA. That's impressive. Pre-game at 6 p.m. Huge crowds expected Tuesday and Wednesday for Todd Helton's final couple of ball games at 20th and Blake. Josh Outman's on now. Miguel Montero will be his first subject.
3-0 on the year, 52 2/3 for Josh, the new Papa, for a second time will come on in relief against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
A run on 3 hits against Lopez in the 6th inning.
You try to catch up, try to not let anything get added on. You can't allow it. I mean, that's the hard part about working out of that bullpen, man. You got to try to maintain the game and give an opportunity to that offense to catch up.
One on Montero. Good pitch.
Good hard pitch on the outside part of the plate and down. Fastball at 90 after you show a slider up. Then come right back at him again. See that fastball's down and in under the hands. It's not out over the plate. Mike Shaw Subaru Super Mo. You see those fingers split outside the seams. Not a true split finger, but a better way to sink the baseball, reduce some velocity off of it.
Slider 2-2. To first, help. Good feed to Outman.
Tight on this, right at you at home, folks. Good and waiting for a good hop, and he sees Outman coming. I won't get my own foot race. I'll let Outman run him. Montero out at first for the first out here in the 7th.
Want to know on Davidson. And that's a swing. 1-2.
Bring him up. Sure he did, right? I love this overhead shot. We use it to bring you the location of pitches and then see if batters went around. And obviously he did.
Fouls that one off.
Just enough velocity on to get it by.
Rockies in the final week of the season actually have a couple of off days, Monday and Thursday.
Yeah, pretty unusual, isn't it?
It is unusual. You know, that Central Division, George, keep pointing to that. It looks more and more as like all three top teams in the Central are going to go to the playoffs, but they have a battle as to who wins the division. In the past, though you always wanted to win the division, it wasn't the end of the world to be a wild card because you just had to have one extra road game. Now you play against the other wild card, so it's a one-game playoff, a sudden death deal. So you really want to win that division. Cardinals play tonight. Reds and Pirates 2.5 back. St. Louis wins tonight. Milwaukee, it's a 3-game spread. Washington has not been eliminated, but they lost today. You mentioned this earlier, George. That really hurts their chance. They're 5.5 back. So it's all but done. Now, had the Nats, think about this, had the Nats somehow tied for the final wild card spot, they would have had to play a one-game play-in game, which Rockies fans are familiar with a member, with one of those NL Central teams, and then another one-game wild card against the other NL Central team, and then conceivably a series against the third NL wild card.
And the best part
NL
about all
Central
that
team.
is, the best part about all of that, you're playing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're not going home when the season ends. 1 game, 2 game, it doesn't matter. You're still playing with a chance to get to a World Series and win a championship. And I know in Washington, with all the money spent, the prospects that have come up, Davey Johnson as a manager, they thought they had it last year.
Davey announced early on he was going to retire at the end of the season, so Mike Rizzo will be looking for a new manager. Matt Williams is a guy that's been mentioned as a possibility with his relationship with Mike Rizzo.
You know, another name that's popped up just lately, and it's some publications I've seen nationally, is former Rocky manager Jim Tracy.
I'll give you a third name that has Colorado ties. He lived here for a long time. Bobby Meacham, managing,
Well thought of.
Yeah, managing in the Blue Jays system. Managed in the Florida State League this year. Parra fouls it off. It's 2-1. Parra wanted to throw his bat after fouling that pitch off. Two and two. Outman with a runner at first. Parra at the plate. Chris Owings on deck. Look out. Look at the division winners in the American League. Looks like Detroit's going to win the Central. Oakland has won the West. Boston has won the East. You have Boston winning the East at the start of the year?
No. Did not. I thought if Toronto had everybody healthy, they were going to be tough to handle.
Good pitch. Outman strikes out Parra. Well, Toronto was kind of the sexy pick. Baltimore made the playoffs last year. People felt like the Yankees would be down. Tampa's always there. How many people had Boston? I can assure you of that. Detroit was the odds-on pick in the Central,
as they should have been.
And you know, Texas or the Angels, even though Oakland made it last year, probably would have been the pick of most, if I remember right, in the American League West. But it's Oakland going away
once again.
Once again. How about in the NL East? Did you have Atlanta? Everybody had Washington.
I didn't have Washington. I liked Atlanta's pitching staff and the trades they made when they got the Uptons, even though they haven't played well. I just thought they made some trades to make their ball club a little bit better. You know, they have a closer and they had the left hand. I didn't think Venters and Flaherty were both going to get hurt. But when you think about those two lefties plus Kimbrel on the back end of your bullpen, they got a pretty good baseball team.
But the wild thing about that is that they lost Venters, they lost O'Flaherty, and their bullpen's still been among the best in baseball.
Well, you got that little short guy at the backside of it that's pretty good. He's really good, actually.
Craig Kimbrel. And then in the Central, good for Clint Hurdle's club for playing a full season this year. Not that they didn't try to do it the last couple of years. They were really good in the first half, struggled in the second half. But St. Louis and Cincinnati have not disappointed. You're going to have three teams that are probably going to win 90-plus games. On the ground to second. DJ to Tulowitzki. Owens grounds out to end the 7th inning. Stretch time at Coors Field. Rockies down 4. Game summary is brought to you by Comcast. Advertise your business locally on the network's People Watch. Go to ComcastSpotlight.com for details. 8 runs, 13 hits, and an error for Arizona. 4-11 and Zippo for the Rockies. 7 runs in the first 2+ against Juan Nicasio. He was run off. Then the Rockies chased Patrick Corbin after 4 1/3. Todd Helton's had a big day. Couple of doubles, 1,400 ribbies, 1,400 runs, all in the same afternoon.
And I say to the Kadire, a couple of hits in this game too to keep his batting hopes in top. He is on top right now with Chris Johnson by a point. And after the last at bat, Kadire now 333. Dougie feverishly looking up Chris Johnson's batting average.
Johnson was 0 for 4 late in the ball game, so we kind of assumed he finish with the collar. We'll double check it now. 1 strike to count on Kadire against J.J. Putz. And that's another base hit. Nice way to return Michael Kadire. 3 singles. Wow.
And you know what? He's the type of guy, after 3 singles today, and the average will jump now to 335. That he understands, yes, the batting title, it's great, but you know what? I think this day belongs to Todd Helton and 1,400 RBIs and 1,400 runs scored. That's his, thought process of how he is. We had a board here. Coors said 330. Coors Field 335. Is it 334.8 or 9? Or?
Yeah, it's at you're right, Frazier, at 335, and Johnson did go 0 for 4, so he's at 329.
Good.
Andrew McCutcheon went 0 for 4. He's at 319.
That's even better.
Now you're talking about just a handful of games left. Charlie Culberson with a 1-0 count. And this one's going to be a double play. .63 on the DP, and Helton will come up. Two doubles and a strikeout. 2 runs scored. Excuse me, 1 run scored, 2 runs driven in. And Todd barrels it, but he gets underneath at the left center field. Eaton's got it, and the Rockies are done in the 7th. We turn the page to the 8th. It is 8-4 Arizona.
as Todd Helton has had a nice day here. We just saw him fly out in his last at bat. A guy that you can think of when you think about Todd Helton. Mariano Rivera had a big day today at Yankee Stadium. Final home game for the Yankees. His number 42 retired and up on the wall. That is Metallica doing his walk-in song, Enter Sandman, live at Yankee Stadium. James Hetfield pounding it out with Kirk Hammett on guitar, and Mariano makes the walk to Enter Sandman live from Metallica all the way to the mound at Yankee Stadium. That is a pretty cool tribute to Mariano Rivera. His family was there. Jackie Robinson's wife was there, and some of his family as well, as he made it to the mound for quite a day at Yankee Stadium with his teammates. The great Mariano Rivera, guys.
Yeah, that's a special tribute and a deserving one. He just run past great ones on the all-time save list. Trevor Hoffman and your old teammate George Lee Smith, who you believe is Hall of Fame worthy.
He is. No question in my mind at all. 478 career saves. He should be there. But what a neat tribute to Mr. Rivera.
Tony Campana against Adam Ottavino here in the 8th inning. Campana pinch hitting for J.J. Putz. 2-1 to count. Numbers on Adam.
Yep, Ottavino been pretty special all year long. 274 earned run average. 1-3 record, 75 in the 3rd innings.
Ground ball is short. Too low. Gets Campana.
Coors Field is available year-round for special events, and most areas of the ballpark can be reserved. So call the Rockies at 303-ROCKIES for information about your group, your meeting, reception, cocktail reception, or, you know what, even a wedding. Pick up the phone and call.
That's a strike on Eaton. Eaton up for the 5th time. He's 2 for 4. Drove in a run in the 2nd inning. D-backs up 8-4. Ground ball, base hit, 3rd hit for Eaton. And that'll bring up A.J. Pollock.
The top of the lineup's done an awful lot of damage today, as well as Parr and Owings down at the bottom, and they scored 3 of their 8 runs. At the middle of this lineup and the top, doubles. Minchin Eaton with 3 hits, Pollock with a couple of hits, one of those a double, an RBI, scored a run. Paul Goldsmith with an RBI and a base hit. Aaron Hill with a couple of base hits. Hernandez warming up down in the bullpen of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Fastball just beneath the knees. 1-1. It's been a productive day again offensively for Arizona as you look at the in-game box. First 3 hitters, first 4 hitters in the lineup have 8 hits. Everybody's gotten a hit that's a position player. It's usually an indication of a good day. Fortunately, it's coming at the Rockies' expense. Pollock 2 for 3, hitting .429 against the Rockies this year. He's also walked. Slider dropped in there by Ottavino.
Yeah, good. He has the ability to throw that slider behind and counts, ahead and counts. Keep it inside the strike zone. Freeze right-handers with it. Get on the back foot of left-handers.
Dodgers today won for the 90th time this year. They beat the Padres 1-0. The game at Yankee Stadium, the Giants ended up winning it 2-1. Runner going, base hit.
Had to hit and run on the open side all the way on the right side. DJ went to cover.
They've been setting the table all day for Goldschmidt. The big dog can eat.
Yeah, he gets hungry. He empties the table pretty good.
One out, first and third. Goldschmidt hits it in the air to deep left center field. Culberson chasing it. Will make the catch, tagging and scoring will be Eaton. And out at second base. The run did not count. Pollock tagged from first. The tag was applied prior to Eaton scoring. I don't know if Adam busted it coming down the line or just assumed because the ball was about 400 feet from home plate. Here's the out. No run. Plate. So you see this happen a lot. Eaton's going to just wait there. Catch takes place, and I mean, he runs pretty hard, but it's not a dead out sprint. And out was Pollock trying to go first to second, and that happened prior to Adam Eaton crossing home plate. So no RBI for Goldschmidt, and it remains 8-4. Now you would assume that it's not going to be a big deal, but you never know. David Hernandez.
Two parts to that deal. Running hard from third's one, but if you're on second and you're looking out in front of you and you see a throw coming in, if you don't think you can get there and get tagged, you stop in a base pass to allow that run to score. Hernandez, the right-hander for the Arizona Diamondbacks, coming on to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. He'll get Arenado and Torrealba. His count's even, 2 balls and a strike now on Arenado.
1 for 3 tonight for Nolan. This ball in the air, right center field, pretty well struck, and it's off the wall as Pollock just jumped, never put the glove on, and it's a double for Nolan Arenado. Well, that thing got in a wind tunnel, George.
Yeah, well, you got a little bit of storms walking around Denver right now, and that's part of it. When that ball got up into the tunnel, it's going to carry out in right center. Always does here. Nolan got it good. You see Pollock take off after it, jumps right at the line. Okay, I can't get it. I'm just going to let it hit the wall. He knew that he had backside help on the right side from Parham.
Torrealba fouls it off. This ball's pretty well struck to left, but Eaton will get back. And Arenado will slide into third.
Well, make the hustle play pay a dividend for you now. Wheeler's going to get a shot at an RBI against Hernandez. He's going to pinch hit for Ottavino.
$43,736 at Coors Field this afternoon. Inside, ball 1. Puts the Rockies over 2.7 million. 5th in the National League in attendance. The Dodgers leading.
When was the last time the Dodgers didn't lead? When the Rockies' first couple of years?
No, I'm wondering if 2 years ago, with all the issues with the McCourts, attendance was way down. This is looped to left center. It's going to drop. Arenado will score the Rockies' 5th run. Ryan Wheeler coming through off the bench.
Now Wheeler is a pinch hitter now, 4 for 17 with 5 RBIs. Slides the fastball away from him on the outer half of the plate of the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. You see that ball fade away as he just stays with it. Not trying to do too much, just wanted to drive it out where nobody's playing. Did just that, and Arenado came on to score. The heads-up tag by Arenado to get to third base allowed that RBI for Wheeler, and the Rockies take advantage of it. 3 runs down here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
hottest hitter on the Rockies, third hottest hitter in baseball, Charlie Blackmon.
2 for 4 for Charlie.
Chad Bettis is warming up down in the Rockies bullpen now to come on and try to pitch the 9th inning.
Two-strike count with 1 out. Wheeler at first. Inside with a fastball. It's 1-2. Chris Owens calling for it. And that's the 2nd out. DJ LeMahieu will come up, try to keep the inning going. 8-5, Rockies within 3.
Now, so much excitement about Todd's accomplishments, what Kadire has done, that still got a 3-run ball game. A chance here.
Kadire, if you've been skipping around on an NFL Sunday, has 3 hits today. Todd, a pair of doubles, 2 RBIs, 1,400 runs scored today. Eclipsing that mark, and he now has 1,400 RBIs. It'll be caught in center field by Pollock. Rockies got a double by Arenado, a base hit by Wheeler. It's 8-5 as we go to the 9th. Game set. Let's go to center field. Check in with Jenny Cavnar. Jenny?
Hey, Drew, plenty of hits to talk about tonight, and that would include Todd Helton's doubles. We're going to chat a little Sin Todd coming up on the Toyota postgame show. I mean, that looks just like Todd Helton, doesn't it? Inspired 2 doubles from number 17 today and 1,400 RBIs. Plus, catch Cuddy if you can. The guy is now hitting .335. Chris Johnson from Atlanta, he is only hitting .329. So Kadir, he'll be leading again in the National League batting title race after today's game. Plus, we'll get you inside the clubhouse. It's all coming up on the Toyota postgame show. Guys, Drew, by the way, do you think George should get his own centaur?
Say what?
The picture of Todd on the horse. Didn't you see it, George?
I saw it.
I think you'd look quite nice in one of those over your mantle.
As long as the horse had its shirt on.
Can you see George right about here? Your abs look like that, right, George?
Yeah, absolutely. About 35 years ago.
That's classic.
You know what, Jen? I used to have 12. I got one, and it's straight big now. So it all
Thanks
works
to
out.
bacon. Compliments of bacon.
That's right.
This is pulled to third. Arenado, no, he can't do it, can he?
Ooh, I thought Todd got him. I thought everybody else thought he tagged him too. Helton thought he got him. Helton's going to light him up a little bit.
That's Chad Fairchild. Todd wouldn't be arguing like that if he didn't get him.
No, neither would DJ or Torrey Allen. That was a heck of a play by Arenado and by Todd.
A heck of a play on both ends.
Yeah, Arenado just to get to the ball, and Todd's going to catch this baseball, and he's going to reach back. He got him right. Thought he got him on right on the knee as he came by. Let's look again. Yep, sure did. Yep.
He got him on the elbow. From my vantage point, he got him on the elbow.
Yeah, they've had a bad series, ball strike series. Now you got a bad call at first base. And you know what? Chad Fairchild sat there and listened to Walt for a good 3.5, 4 minutes. Didn't say a word, just looked straight ahead. Yeah, I think Todd got him right on the knee before he ever got there. This is going to be your one right there.
You know what? If you got to run it back. Right when he caught it, it looks like he tagged him.
Not everybody under the sun thought he had it, but Chad Fairchild. So you can't see there with the tag, got it in the knee. Todd's lacing. See, Todd tagged, and he's raising the glove up into the air after the tag.
Infield hit. Chad Bettis on the hill. Montero now at the plate with Hill at first.
Ziegler warming up down in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. He's 11 of 13 at save opportunities.
Crowd's booing vociferously right now. I'm trying to figure out why.
Just showed a replay of this up in the stands right now.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah,
he got him right
TVs
there.
around here, and people are showing it and they're watching it again right there. Got him.
Three and up. I was talking to Bettis the other day about bullpen versus starting. He's enjoying both roles. He likes the adrenaline rush of coming out of the bullpen, letting it all hang out for 3 outs. Misses there, but he still very much likes to be the guy that has the baseball to start the evening.
Closed in college and started, but closed majority of his senior year. See the overall numbers: 41 2/3, a hold, an ERA under 5. The whip a little high. That's where the walks come in. Making sure now you've got Davidson, hard-hitting right-handed third baseman, coming up right now. Just get you a double play. Got a 3-run lead. I doubt that he's bumped the baseball.
Davidson a double to score and a run back in the third. Breaking ball misses. It's 0-1, or it's 1-0. This ball hammered to deep left, and it is gone. 2-run homer. Check a 3-run home run from Matt Davidson. He had a 3-run home run yesterday, and now it's 11-5. Infield hit, controversial, walk, 3-run home run.
And even when you have the controversial plays, this is part of being growing up into the bullpen and seeing what you have there. Because, quite honestly, that's where you've got to be able to handle a little bit of adversity here more than you do anything else. That's what happens here. Mike Shaw super mode, slider spin. It just hung in the middle of the field.
Gerardo Parra. And that's a rocket to center field on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Bettis getting kicked around here, which he's not accustomed to. Chris Owings. Davidson has 3 big league home runs. They're all against the Rockies.
I'm guessing this 4 RBI day for Doug's probably first, huh? Just checking on you, Doug. It's like Manny Corpus getting up in a hurry here. Soft fly ball out to Michael Kadire.
Michael's got it. And let's see, he's coming off the bench. It's going to be Willie Bloomquist. Willie started last night as shortstop. 3 runs in, man at first base in Gerardo Parra, and Bloomquist at the plate. So Parra's got 3 hits after having 3 hits last night. Davidson a couple of hits in the big fly. 3 hits for Aaron Hill. 3 hits for A.J. Pollock. 3 hits for Adam Eaton. 18 hit attack. They had 14 hits last night. Wearing out the baseball here late in the season. Wearing out the Rockies pitching. They already lead the season series 11-7. Can't get it. It's down the right field line. And then it runs around the corner. Bloomquist got good speed. He's already at third. Matt Williams has his hands up. It'll turn into a triple and an RBI. Parra scores 4 runs here against Bettis in the 9th. It's 12-5.
Yeah, what you're trying to do right now is make sure that you don't lie him out here for a beating. I mean, this is a young kid on the mound. Gave up a single, a walk, a controversial single, a walk. Then he's given up a triple and a home run. That was a shot by Helton down the first base line. Well, with 4 runs given up, Walt's going to have to go down to the bullpen, and he's going to give a timeout here as soon as he got the word that Corpus was ready to go, and he's going to get Chad out of the game with 1 out and a runner at third base.
Well, there are a lot of things the Rockies like about Chad Bettis. Number 1, he's got terrific stuff. Number 2, they love his toughness. He'll just have to shake this off, because any guy that goes to the mound, no matter how gifted, has moments like this. The Rockies trailing 12-5. A runner at third base in Willie Bloomquist. He just tripled in Gerardo Parra.
It can get ugly too when the opposition's hit 500 in this ball game, 10 for 20 with runners in scoring position. You're probably going to have that kind of score.
Yeah, when you have 20 runners in scoring position, it's not been a good day. Corpus is out there against Adam Eaton, up for the 6th time. This is the 8th pitcher used by Walt Weiss. Juan Nicasio went just 2 1/3. That's going to be caught. And here comes Bloomquist. It'll work as a sac fly. And Eaton has his 20th RBI.
Now that run's going to be tagged on to Chad Bettis, who's third of an inning, 4 hits, a walk, and 5 runs, all earned.
Pollock 3 for 4 and a walk. Two singles and a double for A.J. Pollock. One of the better rookies in this year's class. On the ground to Tulowitzki from deep short. He gets him by a step. 5 spot in the top of the 9th for Arizona. They're up 13-5, 19 hits. Going to get the final 3 outs for Arizona. We saw him in the ball game yesterday. The Rockies will have Tulowitzki, Kadire, and Culberson. So Cuddy a chance for a 4-hit ball game on an individual level. Todd Helton, if somebody gets on, will have an opportunity to add to a 2 for 4, 2-double afternoon.
That's obviously what you're hoping for. Colementor pitched in the ball game. Did a pretty good job coming out of the bullpen yesterday, inning and a third, a hit and a strikeout. Did not pitch in the next night's ball game. He'll come on and take it on, see what he can get done with it here. Good changeup, fastball in the mid-80s, touch 87 at times, 89, but most of the time it's the changeup for the out pitch. There it is for strike 1. 77 miles an hour.
Here's a 1-strike pitch to Tulo, another changeup. Boy, it's such an odd, we talk about it all the time, such an odd delivery, and that ball from behind his head, that changeup, he has good command of it.
And you can't see the grip on the ball. There isn't anything that he gives it away. He doesn't slow his body down at all.
Good swing by Troy. We hope the weather holds out for the Ronnie Dunn show. Good eye. Troy, 3 walks today. And that'll bring up Cuddy. And Kadyr's had a very strong afternoon, returning to the lineup after banging up his forearm and his wrist. Base hit back in the 2nd inning to drive in a run. Another base hit in the 5th inning. And he snuck one through the 5.5 hole in the 7th. 3 for 4. Ball 1.
Ziegler had warmed up earlier. That's their closer. And then all of a sudden a 3-run home run. They just said, hold on, an 8-run lead. Would have sold off on it. No reason to bring him into a ball game like that. Arizona.
That's a strike. Kadyr's 2 for 5 against Cole Mentor.
Arizona will leave Colorado tonight. Head over to San Diego for Ford and back home against Washington.
This ball ripped right center field. Parra will get there.
He's made 2 nice catches on balls today.
He's as good an outfielder as there is in the National League.
DJ LeMahieu had a shot out there earlier that he went out and caught. And threw the ball back in, almost doubled up Charlie. And now he goes over, makes a break on this ball, gets to it, glances after catching it just to see where Tulowitzki had gone to.
And we know he's got a great arm, he's got an accurate arm, but George, he rarely gets a misread. You don't see too many false steps. Great routes, good jumps.
Charlie Culberson's got a lot of fans right now. They want to see Helton hit again. Don't hit into a double play.
Charlie 0 for 4. He did it in double play his last time up. He's hard got double. He just happened to hit one hard up the middle, just to the left of the second base bag, which made it an easy play for Owens. He took it himself. It's not like the Rockies were bad offensively. 5 runs, 14 hits.
Had enough to win. They didn't pitch good enough. All got started, unfortunately. I mean, you know, and I'm not trying to beat people up, but Nicasio gave up 7, Bettis 5. There's 12 runs right there. The rest of the bullpen did a pretty good job for Walton.
And there were 8 guys who pitched today. Rockies used a franchise record tying 10 in the 15-inning game on Thursday. This is a base hit, and Helton's definitely going to hit. Charlie heading to second base. Tulowitzki to third. Chance to do a little damage here in the 9th inning for Helton. That extends Culberson's hitting streak to 10 games. Well done, Charlie. And highest peak in the Rockies. Another iconic Rockies numbers on that banner. Well, on what's been a dismal day, Todd Helton's had a couple of proud moments, and another reason to watch here in the ninth. 2 on, 1 out. Helton a couple of doubles today. That dastardly changeup from Colementor. It's 0-1.
Colementor does have that. I mean, that's the lead pitch for him. Wouldn't surprise me to see 3 in a row out of him. It comes right out of the fingers with heavy pronation, right out over the top, and the bottom just drops out from underneath you.
One and one. Really got, if you think about it, George, the same repertoire that Trevor Hoffman used for so many years.
Yeah, he throws a little harder than Hoffman. I mean, Hoffman got hurt. Hoffman's top fastball would be 82, 83, but the changeup, phenomenal inside outside command of it. Todd trying to hit the family a souvenir.
They never miss a day, do they?
No, they don't.
1 and 2.
It gets you thinking and changeup count, and then you look and changeup. And then the 88, 86 mile an hour fastball, you try to react to it quickly, but you don't get solid wood on it. It's a tough read out of the hand.
Two and two. Base hit to left. 2 runs will score. Helton's got a 4 RBI Sunday and a 3-hit Sunday to boot. Dad Jerry, he's seen most of the 2,500 plus hits in the big leagues. Probably another 1,500 from college and high school and Little League, Legion, etc., etc.
Just never get tired of watching it, though.
Nope.
Not as a dad, you don't. Throw that into left field. Charles Nagy's going to go out and have a really quick visit. Colementor to see where it is. Of course, Todd thought process right now. You know what he's thinking right now? He's thinking of Chad Fairchild saying, if you'd have called the guy out when I tagged him, maybe we would have shown down a big inning. And you know what? We just put 2 on the board. Now we'd have a 1-run game. All about winning, not about Todd.
Arenado. Tell you what, with the score what it is, it'd be a bad idea. Todd get a standing ovation, come off the field right now, not have to run anymore. He's been on his legs quite a bit. Crowd almost 44,000. Up to cheer number 17 again. Be a whole lot of standing ovations in that Boston series. I can guarantee you that. Here's a little something more for you. Another tidbit on number 17. It is his 192nd 3+ hit game. Ties Babe Ruth for 70th on that list.
Pretty good to get tied up with that guy.
Wow. And on and on and on.
Yeah, it gets pretty good wind here in the ballpark right now. It's changed blowing out. But you can see the ivy.
And hell, look at that. He got into Aaron Hill at second base, dumped him, allowing Arenado to beat the throw.
They're going to play one way. You're not going to play any different. I'll tell you that right now. The throw from third. Here comes Hilton right into the middle of it. Going to put the arm up, flip it out, and a standing ovation.
Yorvit at the plate.
Yeah, I started to say all the vines out in center field just a second ago, they were waving out there with the wind that had just kind of crossed over the top of the stadium. Pretty quiet now. You can still see a little bit of breeze out there, but there is some wind going on right now.
Ball and a strike on Torrealba. Torrey an RBI single back in the fourth. A walk as well. Hit a deep drive to left. Good catch by Adam Eaton. And Torrey's got himself another hit. Jordan Pacheco is going to pinch hit. 7th man to hit here in the 9th inning. What do we have now? 36 combined hits, producing 20 combined runs. And Kirk Gibson saying, all right, that's enough of the axe thrower. We need somebody else to try to get the last out.
They had Ziegler going down there. I'm sure that's probably who you go to. That's the closer. Just shut the game down and get it over with. He'd already warmed up once, so Zig's going to come into the ball game. The former Missouri State right-hander. 13-7.
Single by Todd Helton, and Brad Ziegler has come in, the 6'4", 32-year-old right-hander who throws from Port Arthur.
He's got 11 saves out of 13 chances. He has 11 holes also. And Heath Bell struggled a little bit. J.J. Poots had to struggle. It ended up in a situation they had to have a closer. He was the guy. Came over from the Oakland Athletics. Very consistent low three-quarter guy that can keep the ball on the ground. You know, I mentioned a minute ago the wind's kicking up around here. A little light rain falling here at Coors Field now.
No, this was not unexpected. Talking about the potential for rain showers late in the day. Outside ball, one on Jordan Pacheco.
Ziegler warmed up to come in when the ball game was 8-5 at the time. Shut him back down, ran Colbenter in. I don't know if Colbenter was ready to go in the game to come in at that time at a short notice. But now a 6-run deficit, but first and second. Ziegler's in here to shut this thing up.
Ball and a strike on Pacheco. Jordan caught both Friday and Saturday night. Jordan had a sac fly in yesterday's ball game.
Two prominent
1 for 4 on Friday.
Two prominent closers that threw submarine. One, Kent DeColby with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and of course Dan Quisenberry was very good at it from underneath.
This ball ripped. That's a base hit for Pacheco, and Arenado will score. It's 13-8. Rockies will not say die. Charlie Blackmon's coming up.
Yeah, sure won't. This ball hooked over shortstop. Allowed that run to come in. Good job by everybody here.
Blackmon is 2 for 5 on the afternoon/evening. Every game in Major League Baseball is final, save the night game in Milwaukee between the Cardinals and the Brewers. That has yet to start. Charlie, base hit up the middle. Around third comes Torrealba. He'll score. You got to be kidding me. It's 13-9. And now you think back, how big was the missed tag?
Not finishing the inning. I mean, you know, 3 more hits after that one. The 3-run home run, the biggest one. Zig's going to have to figure out a way to get out of this thing now. Tulowitzki, you know, you got some big thunder getting ready to get up here to the plate with LeMahieu, Tulowitzki, Dyer. And first and second, 2 outs now.
You start an inning, a 9th inning, down 13-5. And you're 1 hitter away from bringing the tying run to the plate.
Well, you got 19 hits now, too.
If you're in the other dugout, you want to break a few items if they haven't been done already. Got a fiery manager in Kirk Gibson. Hits for Arizona, 19 hits for the Rockies. DJ LeMahieu trying to keep it going. Guy on deck, Troy Tulowitzki, would represent the tying run, as amazing as that sounds. 4 here in the bottom of the 9th for the Rockies. And DJ's got a 2-0 count. LeMahieu 1 for 5. Pacheco's at second, Blackmon at first. keep this up, George Helton may get up again.
It hurt my feelings to watch him swing it again. 4 RBIs on the day. Let's try to get 6 or 8. Why not?
Ground ball to second.
Throwing up in the seats.
Hill makes the play, and Arizona wins it. Not without having to skip a beat a couple of times in that 9th inning. They had to pause. The Rockies fall 13-9. They score 4 times in the 9th inning to make it most interesting as they hit around. Todd Helton in the middle of it all. He drove in 4. Tonight's Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Delivery to Game is brought to you by Jimmy John's. We usually go with the star for the winning team, not today. How about number 17? Pulls a double down the line. That was his 2nd double of the ball game. He produced 1,400, his 1,400th run, his 1,400th ribby. And then for good measure in the 9th inning, 2 more. And he's now at 1402 in terms of RBIs. A great individual performance by the 40-year-old. Unfortunately, not enough pitching today as the Rockies fall 13-9. And I can see on the field Don Baylor going over to give a hug to Troy Tulowitzki. As we depart momentarily, Toyota Postgame Show is up next.